Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and tonight we'll be doing quite a few things. We'll be playing chess, we'll be discussing philosophy, and most importantly, I'll be running a guided meditation. So I hope you are all ready to go. I hope you're all strapped in and ready for some excitement tonight. How's everyone doing tonight? It's 10:51 p.m. Central Time. It's a Wednesday, right? Hump Day. That's what we call it here in the U.S. I don't know if they call that all over the world or not, but it's Hump Day, right? So everyone be excited about that. All right, let's see. We got Roko Hemda is here. Good to see you, friend. How are you doing today? What's new with you? What's going on in your world? Roko Hemda has been my friend since we were 5 years old. I have tolerated this guy that long, and he's tolerated me that long. It's quite impressive, actually. JT, my channel shaman. How you doing, JT? Good to see you. What's new with you in your life? What's been inspiring you? What's been driving you lately? What's been making you feel fulfilled and ready to live with passion and desire and thrust in your life? Like, what is your number one moving force that guides you these days? All right, Ryoko Hemda, you say just dropping in for the numbers, fixing plumbing, talking to you guys next time. Yeah, whatever, dude. Fixing plumbing. Ooh, now that's fun. So I'm glad you're having a lot of fun, right? Because there's nothing better than doing plumbing work in your house when a drain's clogged or something like that, right? It's like, dude, there's no one that's like, hey, I get to do some plumbing projects today. It's just not fun. I mean, even if you do it and do a good job and it feels good, it's still like, man, I don't know. There's definitely better ways I could have spent my time than cleaning out some kind of stoppage in a pipe, right? Hey, One Sluggy's here. Good to see you, friend. One Sluggy is a friend and a streamer here on Twitch. He streams a lot of video game stuff. He's a good dude. He's always around the fitness and health community. Comes to my stream, comes to Grace Yoga streams, and he just fits in, man. He's someone who's searching and trying hard to make things better for himself, right? That's typically the thing with people who come to do meditation and yoga and qigong and all that, right? They're people they realize, hey, you know what? My life could be more fulfilling. I feel it in my being that I could experience more out of life and get what I want. So how do I do it? And then those people, depending on how much desire and they have for it, they're going to go forward and they're going to try to accomplish it and try to get that greater joy out of life, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm the exact same way. I'm someone who knows that there's more to life than worldly things, right? I'm not going to spend my whole life slaving away at some job I absolutely hate to try to buy as many cars as possible or as many homes as possible, right? That might be the American dream, but it's not my dream. All right. I know that we have everything inside us already to feel perfect happiness and joy and love. And I think all that other stuff, all the things that marketing campaigns and all the advertisers try to get you to believe is not factual. It's not true. That stuff will not lead to any kind of long-lasting, permanent happiness. Sure, it might give you like a quick fix. It might give you, some temporary joy because you can show off your new home to your cousin-in-law or brother-in-law or something, right? But like, it's not going to give you any kind of permanent, long-lasting happiness. That's the happiness that we always have within us. And if we choose to access that, we can get more out of life, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. All right, JT, you said hot as fuck, 93 degrees. Wow, and it's in the evening where you're at 93 degrees. That's intense. My Bikram yoga studio has that beat though, 105. So I got 12 degrees hotter in my Bikram yoga studio, but I'm only in the Bikram yoga studio for an hour and a half when I go there, right? It's not like I'm sitting in that 93 degree heat all day, right? That's like a different entity. If you have to deal with something for a short duration of time, if you have to it's like, oh, it's going to be cold for 10 minutes. It's not really that big of a deal, right? But if you have to like deal with scorching heat for a long stretch of time, you start thinking about things differently. It starts wearing on you in weird ways. You got to up your hydration and all that stuff, right? Let's see. Oh, JT, you topped 105 today. Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, you should have done Bikram yoga. You should have just popped up a Bikram yoga class on YouTube, and you could have just done it in your house. And you would have just, had a big puddle of sweat under you because that's what happens. That's what happens when you do that. When I do Bikram yoga, I have to bring a towel and I use it as a mop at the end of class to like soak everything up. I'm sweating that much. It's intense. It's 26 postures from the Hatha Yoga series. Hatha Yoga has 81 postures within it. And what Bikram did is he took 26 of those postures from the set of 81 Hatha postures and said, we're going to do these in a 105-degree room. And we're gonna do each one twice, and that's what he did, and that's what Bikram yoga is. And Hatha yoga's been around forever. Some people say it's been around 10,000 years. I mean, holy shit, right? If something's been around 10,000 years, that's a hell of a long time, man. That's got some value. That's got some worth. I mean, if something comes out, that's like a little funny, or in a given context, or has a little bit of value, for a certain culture, it might last like 50 years, 100 years, maybe even a couple hundred years. But for something to last 10,000 years, I mean, that's, that people are deriving benefit from that thing, right? Let's see, JT, you say, dude, you were dying. Mark was doing yard work and accidentally cut through, holy shit, cut through the AC unit wire. That is a fuck up. Especially on a 105-degree day, to cut through the AC unit wire. That right there is a fuck up. But you know what? We can look at this, many ways, right? We can look at it as like a negative thing, that like, oh no, you had to like, be uncomfortable and sweat and all that stuff, and you were dying and overheating. Or we can look at it as a positive and say, hey, you know what? You're going to appreciate that coolness once you get the AC back working again, right? I don't know. It's all perception, right? It's all perception and perspective. It's how you choose to look at things, and everything in life is like that. You can choose to look at something. The way you choose to look at something determines how you're going to feel about it. If you choose to view something in a negative light, you're going to feel negative. You're going to feel all the things that come from fear-based thinking, right? So you're not going to be happy with the situation. You're going to view it not as a learning experience, but as a needless torture, right? Or if you view something in a positive light, you're gonna be able to have a much more positive way of processing it. So those are just two things to keep in mind. Let's see. You took the dogs outside to spray them down. Wow. And they dried up in like 20 minutes. Yeah. I mean, think about the dogs. The dogs are probably like, what the fuck, Joy? What the fuck? Why is it so hot in my home? I'm sure the cat wasn't happy either, right? How was the cat's face looking? How was Kit Kat looking during during the heat today? JT, you say like it ain't fun doing housework in the heat. I know. Hey, I give props to Mark though for going out and at least doing some landscaping and gardening, right? Doing yard work, right? He didn't have to do that on this hot day, but he did, so that's pretty cool. JT, you say you took 2 showers already. You're gonna take another one right before bed. Yeah, I mean, I'm big into taking multiple showers a day. I love the feeling of that warm water on my muscles, like especially after an intense workout. Having that warmth caress my muscles feels so good. It's like so soothing and relaxing and peaceful. I'll just go in there and like close my eyes and just allow that warm water to the hot water. Sometimes I'll even turn it up all the way and just have that hot scorching water permeating my skin and making me feel good and healthy, right? That's a good feeling. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. All right, I think it's time we get a puzzle rush in, right? So, all right, after putting up a 26, I was able to solve 26 puzzles on Puzzle Rush recently. Ever since then, it's been all downhill. And even though I got a 25 earlier today, but my last 2 streams, I think it was like a 20 and a 19 were my highs. So I gotta improve my Puzzle Rush game. I'm gonna give it a shot right here and step it up. JT, you say, yeah, Mark's on vacay, so he chose to work outdoors on the hottest day. That's intense. I kind of respect that. I like that way of doing things. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We're going to get some Puzzle Rush going, and then I'll explain all the rules of Puzzle Rush in just 1 second. Okay, so those of you who are into chess, Puzzle Rush is a thing on chess.com. You want to see how many puzzles you can solve in 3 minutes. And there's a lot of checkmate in 1 problem puzzles, checkmate in 2, checkmate in 3, checkmate in 4. There's a lot of win material puzzles. There's a lot of, find a way to promote a pawn or get to a winning endgame puzzle, right? So you have to solve as many as you can in 3 minutes. I'm currently at 26. That's my high. But usually when I'm in the 20s, I'm at least happy with how well I'm doing. But I'd like to get up to at least 25 again. All right, let's try this out. Here we go. I got just a little bit of time. All right. All right, 3 minutes. Bam. All right, easy peasy. Take the rook, checkmate in 2. This will be mate in 1, mate in 2. No, win the rook. All right. Here we go, and then that, and then I believe it's just take, right? And then this. Okay. Now we have this beauty. Here's a checkmate in 1. Here is. Oh, all right. I almost fucked that up. I gotta be careful here. What am I doing? I'm not even being careful. All right. I gotta. This is not easy. Some of these are easy, obviously, but some of these are definitely not easy. All right. There's mate. All right. What do we got going here? Oh, my queen's being hit. I gotta take like that, and I guess. Oh, duh. I didn't see that bishop there. All right. Oh, look at this. This is something crazy to spot. That queen was pretty far away. Okay, this one we got to take. Check. Sack the queen for mate. All right. Check. Ooh. Oh, there we go. That's pretty. That's a pretty one. I like knight checkmates. I've always found them very especially pretty. What the hell is this one? Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna win the queen. All right, nice. Check mate. Oh, I see. Okay, there's that, and then there's this, and then there's this. Dude, that is really bad commentary on my part. I'm like, there's that, this, and this. Like, what kind of commentary is that? All right, I gotta like stop being. Oh no, I can't take the. Yeah, actually, I can. I can take the knight here because of this weird situation. Check, and then I can block, and then I can take the queen. All right, that was actually really tricky. I know some of you might have thought it was easy. That one was tricky. Pick up the queen. I think it's like this. Oh, okay, messed that one up. Here we go. There's that, and then that, and mate. All right. Oh, this is kind of no, not quite gonna work like that. Why am I not seeing this one? Check. All right. Let's see. Oh, I see. Like this. There we go. Because the idea was I was going to promote to a queen. All right. So white's move. I'm assuming this. Oh, 22. All right. Well, hey, I'll take that. 22 is a respectable score. All right. I'm cool with 22. All right, there we go. That's good. We're starting off on a good note. I'm not pulling in any like 17s or 18s tonight. All right. So what are we doing here? We're going to do some meditation. I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? That's kind of the thing that we do here. A little bit of meditation. Just turn it down a little. Let me try turning it up a little bit. Oh, how am I doing today? Today has been a weird day for me. I woke up and my back was hurting really bad. So I was working out, and I really wanted to get my workout in. So I did a lot of stretching and a lot of just light stuff. And then I went to work, and I came home and I was just feeling dead. I was feeling so heavy. You ever have those days where your body just feels like way heavier than it should be? Like I felt like I was 500 pounds. It was ridiculous. So I just laid down and I took like an hour and a half nap, and which is something I almost never do. And then I woke up and I was feeling kind of groggy, but now I'm feeling better. I'm feeling stronger. I'm wondering if I was starting to come down with something and my body needed to fight it off. A lot of times your body fights off illness most efficiently when you're sleeping. That's when your body does recovery and repair. So I think I took that little nap and my body fought something off. I don't know. That's how I feel right now. But now I'm pretty wound up. I'm pretty ready to go. JT, you say now you're going to stay up all night. Yeah, right? I mean, I'm going to be up all night. It's time to be up all night, everyone. We're actually going to get a party. Fuck it. I'm going to go bring over a bottle of vodka and I'll drink the whole thing and we'll just get drunk together. We're all going to call off of work tomorrow. Everyone's going to have a horrible hangover tomorrow. And people are going to be like, why are you so sick today? And they're like, I went to this meditation streamer's stream and we all just got hammered instead of meditating. It's like everyone's all messed up tomorrow. That'd be pretty funny though. And then we could do a morning hangover stream. We could do a morning stream where we're drunk and where we're like not drunk but all hungover, and then we're like trying to like drink fresh orange juice and eat fruits and vegetables and kind of repair ourselves and get ourselves back and healthy again. I bet no one's ever done that, right? No one's ever done a stream where they are super unhealthy at night and then like ridiculously healthy. We could like all go for a run together or something. JT, you say, let's make it happen. Yeah, no, that will not be happening. First of all, I rarely drink these days. It's just not my thing. It doesn't go well with my system. You can't, if you're into yoga and you drink, you can feel it like really strongly in your body. It doesn't feel good the next day. You feel like you've polluted yourself. You feel like you've made yourself toxic. And then all you want to do is get back to being healthy again. So I don't drink that much anymore. I'm not saying I never drink. There's sometimes I do, obviously, but I'm just saying I don't like drink very often. JT, you say you don't drink at all. Well, good for you. It's probably healthier. Oh, I found out something cool about alcohol, and this is actually one of the reasons why we have such a strong craving for it. Like when we drink, like why people like drinking. It's one of the reasons why tons of people like drinking. The idea is there is an it's evolutionarily advantageous to have a craving for that feeling of alcohol from alcohol, and the reason being is because thousands of years ago, the water was polluted, right? There was bacteria, and all sorts of shit growing in that water that was very harmful to humans. And when the ancient Greeks started mixing water with their alcohol, the alcohol killed all that bacteria. And so the people who drank their water that was mixed with alcohol, and they all did it back then, had a greater chance of survival and coming up to reproductive age where they could pass on those genes to their offspring. So like that, there's an evolutionary component to alcoholism. It's kind of neat. It's kind of fascinating. We typically don't think about it that way. But that's like a major theory on the market. I'm not saying it's 100% fact in the whole evolutionary, in academic world, right? But it seems plausible, right? It definitely seems plausible. And people that didn't mix alcohol in their water were dying. They used to give it to babies even. They would give that water mixed with alcohol to babies. Let's see. JT, you say everything starts off medicinal. Yeah, maybe that is the case, right? There's some healing value. I mean, look at opiates, right? Look at heroin and all that shit. That used to, there used to be some medicinal value to that. People said that, right? Doctors would prescribe that kind of shit, right? For pain, they prescribe heroin. They would prescribe like cocaine back in the day. I think cocaine was even legal back in the day. And now look at that shit, right? Herbert Smithens, you say that's why pirates drink a lot of rum. Yeah, right. Absolutely. I can see that. That's probably one of the reasons, right? To kill off the bacteria in the water. They weren't going to get sick as much. Maybe they'll get sick from rum if they drink too much, but that's how they gotta take in their water content. Hey, Herbert Smithens, how's it going? By the way, how are you doing tonight? I've been streaming for about 23 minutes. We've just been, enjoying shooting shit, enjoying the world. I did one puzzle rush, and I might do more. I also I experimented last night. I don't know, some of you guys came by. I experimented with a Doom Eternal stream, and it was only for a few minutes. I just wanted to see how that would work, and also a Spider Solitaire stream. So I played both of those for just like a few minutes each to experiment with it, and I think I got everything set up now. JT, I was going to tell you, I think I got it now such that I'll be able to see the chat, and my window is bigger with my image and all that stuff, right? I think it's all good. Herbert, you say good, staying holy, perfect, man. You got to, right? Stay. That's good. That's you're striving to stay in that state of love and oneness, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. You want to stay in that state. It's hard though. It's hard to stay that way, right? I mean, there's a lot of things in the world that I call them distractions, but all different religions have different words for them. They could call them illusion, you could call them distractions, you could call it sin, you could call it error, you could call it, lessons, whatever, right? There's a lot of, it's the same concept, but it's wrapped in a lot of different wrapping papers, and presented in in different religions, ideologies, right? So, that's what you have, but it's all the same thing. We need to learn to evolve from it, to grow from, that kind of stuff, right? Let's see. Herbert, you say your volume was low compared to the game when you were playing Doom. My volume was low. Yeah. I'm gonna be working that. So the sound for Doom is always really loud, and so I'm either gonna just turn down the sound for Doom, or just I'll probably do that. I'll probably just turn down as opposed to turning up my microphone. Like I definitely want to have that. It's great music, but it's just like really loud. But people got to be able to hear me obviously when I'm streaming. Okay, I want to do one more puzzle rush, and then we're gonna get back to everything. So let's do one more puzzle rush right now. I know, JT, that's the biggest problem. I can't hear the game without headphones. It's a major issue, and you need to be able to hear in a game like that. Same thing with the chess game. I can't hear that without headphones. And like I said earlier on stream, whenever I plug my headphones into this particular mic, we've been getting this weird high pitched staticky sound. And I've been doing research. I'm in the middle of troubleshooting. I might just have to get a new mic because it's an older mic. But I like the mic, and it kind of upsets me that I got this nice mic, years back, and now I can use it almost never, right? Let's see, JT, you say you need the immersive experience, or you can't get into it. It's true, absolutely. The music in games is super important. I mean, anyone who's into gaming knows that the music adds a lot, and the sound effects, right? And you have to hear when a guy's walking towards you because he's going to shoot you in the head or something, right? You got to be able to hear that shit. You got to be able to. There's certain sounds and things like that. You pick them up and you can hear a lot more of the game. You get a lot better feel for the game, right? All right, let's do another puzzle rush. We're gonna do this. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Let's load it back up. Here we go. All right, we are ready. So let's see if I can beat 22. That's tough, but there's a chance. All right, let's do this. Time to beat 22. I can't hear this at all right now. Oh, white's move. What am I doing? Let's go. That was ridiculous. All right, checkmate. Win the queen. Oh, smothered mate. Come on, smothered mate. Let's do white's move. Here we go. Okay. No, that's not going to work. Oh, it's just like this. Okay, fork. All right. Is it really like this? No, that can't be it. Oh, come on. I got to be on those. Win the rook. There we go. Black to move. Oh, win this over here, and then promote. All right. Oh, that's fun. Look at that nice fork. All right. Check, mate. Not seeing this one. What's the deal here? All right, I'm not seeing this one. Oh, win the knight. Pick up. Oh, shit. All right. Mate. Check. Mate. Oh. All right. Well, this is kind of weird. All right. Wait, black to move. Oh, duh. That's why it was weird. I thought it was white to move. Okay, come on. What do we got here? Maybe no, that's not going to be right. This one's really tough apparently. I can't even figure it out. All right. And mate. Oh, all right. Well, 19. 19's not the end of the world. All right. Well, we can live. We can continue. We can continue to exist if I get 19. All right. Let's get this out of here. All right. Hey, Noger's here. How's it going, friend? I actually got the pleasure of hanging out for just a brief while in Noger's stream earlier. Noger is a streamer here on Twitch. He is a philosophy streamer. He actually has read something like 300 philosophical journal articles since he's been streaming on Twitch. It's awesome. He's bringing academic philosophy to the masses. It's one of the coolest things that I've ever seen, actually. It's really awesome. So definitely check him out. Drop him a follow. Noger, how are you doing, man? How's everything going on with you these days? You thought you were being a bad streamer because you didn't respond to something someone posted in chat, dude. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Like when I'm streaming, I'm lucky if I can get to 75%. I shoot for 75% of the comments. I miss shit all the time. I'm always like not paying attention, because I'm in a certain train of thought, and I'm thinking, and I'm not really. I'm trying to espouse some idea, and I'm not necessarily multitasking great. JT, you say no worries. You really enjoy hearing your thoughts on things. Yeah, Noger's awesome. He's got some good insights. He's got some good insights on life. Things are going, but you do try to be welcoming to people who are chatting. Yeah, no, I get it. Absolutely, man. I mean, we all try. As a streamer, that's like one of your responsibilities, right? You want to create a community. You want to be responsive to the people that come in. You want to support the ideas that people are broaching, right? Whatever someone is talking about, you want to meet them with it, and they're trying to communicate with you at the end of the day. They're trying to express something. They're trying to share something with you, and if they're trying to share an idea, you want to be able to at least be receptive to that idea and acknowledge it and validate it, right, to a certain extent, and then kind of push back sometimes. All right. Let's see. JT, you say, see, he just ignored my comment. And JT said, yeah, Agni ignores me every stream. JT, you actually like it when I try to ignore you, but I can't. I can't do it. JT, you don't like being put on the spot. I know how you are. You're like blushing right now. Right now, you're sitting there blushing. Kit Kat's like staring at you like, oh my God. She's like, Joey's blushing again. Like, what the fuck is this? What's Agni doing to her this time? Oh man, so yeah, it's kind of funny though. You said I ignore you, and then like I temporarily ignored you. JT, you say, yeah, you do like being in the shadows. Yeah, well, we all sometimes hang out in the shadows. Sometimes we hang out in the shadows. Sometimes we hang out in the limelight. We're all over the place. What are we? We're infinite beings trapped in these finite bodies. We're perceiving ourselves as separated, parts of like the whole, or as disparate parts, right? And we're trying to interact with other bodies, and it's creating this big, confused mess of conversation and interplay and war and power struggles, and it's just the same cycle that's been going on throughout all of human history, right? And I think that simply has to do with incorrect metaphysical assumptions about the nature of identity. To be perfectly honest, I mean, it might literally just be that. It might be the case where once we all have can see things clearly, can see things as they actually are, or as Kant would say, can see like the noumenal realm, right? The world as things are in themselves, right? If we can actually get to that state where we're actually seeing the essences of things and perceiving things, then we're gonna be maybe reunite as one consciousness. That would be pretty cool. That's the dream, right? But in Kant's world, the things in themselves, the noumenal realm was not accessible to us via normal means, especially normal means via the sensory world, right? That's what he argued. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think through things like meditation, and it might not be, exactly Kant's noumenal realm that we can access, but I think through meditation and through yoga and qigong and the other internal energy arts, we can come a long way to delving into our essence and seeing what we truly are, and then connecting with other people, connecting with that same part in them. All right. Okay, maybe it's time we do some meditation. Let's fucking do it. All right. So I always come out. I'm intense. I'm full of energy. I'm full of just ready to go in this. I'm feeling all ready to like burn some philosophical ideas into the fabric of humanity, and then we slow things down, and we come within, to the state of pure love and joy at the foundation of our being. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged. Or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that's comfortable for you. And then gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. Embrace the stillness that exists around you while maintaining a slow, regular breath count. We can access this stillness anytime we want while living in the world. And meditation is a tool to help get us there. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountaintop. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds move together, merging into one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds move through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being and exist for a while in conscious awareness before disappearing from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Stay focused on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky and eventually disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Keep your awareness on your breath. Starting from the crown chakra, work your way down, searching for areas of tightness or tension. If you notice any tension in your forehead or top of your head, release it. If your upper jaw or back of your head or lower jaw has tension, let it go. If you feel any tension in your chin or lower back of your neck, let it float away like clouds disappearing over the horizon. Many of us store tension in our shoulders. If you have any there, release it. Scan your upper arms, mid-arms, and lower arms, and your fingertips. If you have any tightness in those areas, let it go. Travel down your chest and upper back, down to your mid-belly and low back, searching for any areas where you might be holding stress. If you find any areas like that, release the stress. You're worthy of this gentleness. Travel down to your abdomen and lower belly and low back, searching for any areas where you might be holding tension. When you find these areas, let it go, because it is not worthy of you. Scan your upper thighs, your knees, and your calves for any areas where you might be holding stress. When you find it, release it and return to your breath. And finally, notice the sensations in your feet and toes. Are you clenching your toes? Are your toes relaxed? Are they spread apart? Or are they closed together? Are your ankles relaxed? Is your Achilles heel relaxed or tight? Observe any sensations you feel in your feet. And if there's any areas of tightness that exist there, let them go, for they are not worthy of your divine presence. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego, which obscures your third eye sight. Stay focused on your breath. Your foundational essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Which will awaken the inner light within them. So that they will want to share their light on all whom they encounter. Until all of humanity is glowing radiantly as one mind once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which hinders your evolution. Keep your awareness on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky, eventually disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Keep your awareness on your breath. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love emanating from that location. And the warmth which surrounds your love. Experience the perfect peace of this moment here. For you are connected as one with all of creation. Here, in this place, capital T truth reigns supreme. In this holy moment, you remember your divine nature. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Keep your awareness on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon, and return your awareness to your breath count. On your next breath, travel all the way down to the center of your being. To the place of perfect monism within you. Opposites of any kind are inconceivable here. For what is eternally one can never be two. You exist in this state of divine grace. And you recall this place as your eternal home. Watching the golden light emanate from the source of all creation. Feeling the divine love flowing with that light. Focus on the center point of your being. Watching the radiant light flow endlessly from it. Keeping your focus on that place at your perfect center. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. At your center, you recall how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you remember your divine purpose. At your center, true nature unfolds. Understanding that your foundational essence is perfect love. Coupled with the understanding that everyone else's foundational essence is also that same love. You come to realize that you are one with all of creation. For at the core, you are the same thing. Because everyone else is part of you, and you are part of them. How should we treat one another? should we treat someone with love and kindness and compassion? Knowing that from the context of eternity, they are identical to us? Or should we treat others with something else? That choice is always up to you. It's not an easy choice, but when we recognize that we are all one, it's a lot easier. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing from your mind. And return your awareness to your holy breath. You are worthy of unconditional love. Allow yourself to feel it. You are worthy of perfect peace. Give yourself permission, the experience of peace. You are worthy of the utmost perfection. Embrace what was given to you. You are worthy of perfect joy. Rejoice in this realization. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye vision. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not judge them. Simply let them go and return to your stillness. Do not think about the past or the future, but when you do, let those thoughts go, returning once again to your perfect state of peace. Focusing on your breath all the while, you become one with the divine. Notice any sensations that you feel throughout your body. Is the chatter a little quieter in your mind? Do you feel a little more peace in your being? And a little more love in your heart? In this place of perfect stillness, your divine essence is made manifest in the phenomenal world. And your divine purpose becomes clear. Sharing your love and light with all those whom you encounter. For they are all worthy of your love. Just as you are worthy of theirs. In this state of perfect oneness, we remember that this place is our eternal home. And when time and space cease to exist. We will melt back into this oneness. Living life from the experience of the context of eternity. Sharing our divine nature with all the parts that feel they're separated. And bringing all of creation back into our heart. Gently open your eyes, returning to the present moment, bringing with you the peace and love from this meditation throughout the remainder of your day. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this sacred space with me. I am honored and humbled to be here with you as your meditation guide. I hope you all feel more peace, relaxation in your lives. And I hope this meditation is a tool that you can use to help access that peace and love whenever you want. Thank you. All right. How was that for everyone? That was a good amount of time. That was a good long meditation. I'm proud of all of you for sticking here, sticking with me, and meditating or just observing or just feeling the vibes and feeling the love. You were all warriors working on yourselves to make yourselves feel more fulfillment and love and light in your lives. Thank you all so much. JT Farms, excellent. I'm so happy that you got something out of this meditation, and I'm happy that you were here with me during it and that we get to share this moment together. Thank you, JT. And One Sluggy, good. It's good to see you, man. It always is. It always brings a smile to my face when you come into chat. I hope you're fighting through this, man. I know some stuff we go through is not easy. Life is not easy, right? And we're fighters. You and I are fighters, man. We make it through. We're gonna make it through. So thank everyone. And yeah. All right. So what's the plan? I'm gonna drink some water. That's the plan. Oh, wow. A little bit of water goes a long way. A little bit of water definitely goes a long way. Let's see. You want to see Doom Eternal? Are you kidding me, JT? Are you kidding me? You want to go from a state of perfect peace and oneness into Doom Eternal? Can I play while Zen? Oh, I don't think so, JT. I don't think so. I can't. I'm lucky if I can move the mouse and if I can just get the glass of water to my lips and pour, this healing water down my throat without spilling it everywhere. I'm lucky if I can just be. I feel so good. I can't kill stuff. I don't feel like killing things. Excuse me, everyone. JT's cracking me up. Victor Soar, JT was just recommending that I do a Doom Eternal stream right now. And there's no way. There's no way I think I can do that. Help the aliens meditate? Oh, are you kidding me? There's no way. I am so zenned out right now. Oh, I don't know. Victor Sor, how are you doing, buddy? By the way, I think yeah, it's intense, dude. It's intense. You're talking about 4-player team chess? You don't know? I don't know. I'm real zenned out, man. I don't know if I can think tactically right now. I mean, you said meditation helps you in chess, but meditation definitely doesn't help me in chess. In chess and Doom Eternal, in anything where I need to be real quick and sharp and cutting and running around, killing things, like I don't feel peaceful. You know what? Maybe we should try it though. It might be kind of amusing to try it. All right, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this first. We're going to do a 3-minute puzzle rush. All right, and we're gonna see how I react. Puzzle rush is my gauge. It's my testing device. All right, it's a diagnostic for me. So if I can score like 24, 25, 26 in puzzle rush, I am right now gonna be sharp, and I'm gonna be cutting, and I'm gonna see tactics, and I'm gonna be looking for positional advantages, and I'm going to be a strong chess player or Doom Eternal player. But if I go in there and I don't throw up a high number on Puzzle Rush, it's because I'm too zenned out, and I'm ready for bed at that point, right? All right, so let's see what happens. All right, we're gonna do the Puzzle Rush, but I got to set it up first. All right, and I got to move the microphone from my face so I can actually see the screen. Here we go. All right. Let's see what I get. Let's see what I get in Puzzle Rush. I want to get, if I'm sharp, it's like I'm pulling like a 24, 25, 26. If I'm sharp and go 26 is my best ever. So let's see if I can do this. If I can do this in a sharp fashion. If not, I'm too zenned out to do it. All right, here we go. Wish me luck. It's 2. It's mate. Oh. All right. I don't know how good this is going. Let's go. Come on, mate. Oh my God. Give me that checkmate. What are you doing? Check. Mate. All right. No. Yeah. Win the rook. I'll take a rook. A free rook is a good thing. Whoa, this is weird. What am I looking at here? I guess just take the bishop. Wait, no, what am I doing? Oh, God. Yeah, this is not going to be my day. There's no way I can handle anything strategic at this point. Oh, my God. I am not, I am not seeing it right now in the Zen state. It's so weird how it's like that. Meditation makes us so peaceful and calm and loving, but we can't. It just seems so difficult to do high level tactics when we meditate. Wait a second, what's going on here? Black to move. What am I doing? This? Wait, black to move. I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now. Why is this not working? Wait, because that's. All right, it's gonna be one of those days. Oh God! All right, what the hell is going on here? No, that's not it. We have that, and then what is the issue here? What is the issue? Oh, discovered attack. Come on. All right. But that's the thing. I'm not like pumped up and excited. I'm just so blah right now. Take? No, I'm not even seeing it. Check. There we go. Guess that's the idea. Wait, black to move. Oh man. Oh, this. All right. Wait, what are we doing? How do I get down there? Why is this not working out right? Oh, I got to check the king first. So like that? Yeah, there we go. Like that? No. 19. Yep, there we go. That is diagnostic proof. That is the proof is in the pudding, as they say. The proof is in the pudding. If I can't play Puzzle Rush after meditation, then there's no way I'm gonna be able to think strategically. I just got a 19. Let's see. JT, you say 15 or higher is good enough? No way. 15 is yuck. 15 is nothing. I just got a 19, man. That's way below average. 19 for me. Like I got 225s earlier today. If I was able to get 225s earlier today, I can get something higher than 19 right now. Victor, you say in teams, if you want, you can just follow my arrows. But I want to see you and Victor team up M1. Do a reading stream. Help you sleep. Do a reading stream. Help you sleep. Now that might be something we can do. Maybe I'll go over there and I'll find a beautiful book that I love, and I'll read some passages from that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool thing. Victor, sorry, you said check. It was rook check. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Like I said, I'm not seeing things tactically. You know what? I've never done a reading stream, have I? I think maybe once or twice. All right, let me see if something over here catches my eye first. Let me get some light on and I'll check this out. All right. Let's see what we got going on over here. Okay. All right, we're going to do it. I got the sevenfold journey. I should take my fingers off there so you can all see it. Reclaiming mind, body, and spirit through the chakras. And by the way, you can pronounce it chakra or chakra. Either way works, right? So this is a book that I used. Oh, hey, Sparkalicious is rating with a party of 56. How are you doing, Sparkalicious? So good to see you. Sparkalicious is one of my favorite streamers on Twitch. She's incredible. She does tarot. She does guided meditations. She does sound healing meditations. She does she puts forward all sorts of good content. Definitely check her out. Drop her a follow. How was the stream? I got the pleasure of hanging out with Sparkalicious earlier in her stream. It was amazing. It was just the vibe in her chat is so good. There's such good people there. There's so much love and light. In your chat and in your place. So yeah, thank you. How was everything? How did everything finish up? And look, we got Dorian and Critfight here. Hey friends, how's it going? It's good to see you guys. I was just discussing this book called The Sevenfold Journey, Reclaiming Mind, Body, and Spirit Through the Chakras. And I was in a chakra balancing group years ago, and this is the book that we used. And you can go through and do different exercises and rituals and things like that, and you can cleanse your chakras. It's a really good a way to do that. I don't know if any of you have seen this book before, but I highly recommend it. I was going to do some reading from it, but then again, we could also just do another meditation. I'm cool with either. Maybe I should do a poll. Let's do a poll. You guys can vote. Meditation or reading from the book. So, all right, we're going to do a poll. Okay, starting the poll. All right, you guys are going to determine everything. You guys are going to determine what we're going to do today. Meditation or reading from the book. Yeah, I'm cool with either. Sparkalicious, you say you just ended with a meditation, feeling relaxed and grateful. Thank you for being you, brother. Well, thank you for being you too. You're totally real and authentic, and that's what I love about you. Let's see. All right, cool. Yeah, there's the automatic shout out. I guess it doesn't come on until you actually type something. That's right. So if you don't type anything in chat, sometimes it won't go through. I forgot about that. Okay, so let's see how we're looking on this meditation or reading. Okay, it's looking like we're going to be doing some reading. But let's see. I think we have another second, right? Or is it ended? Wow, it's almost ended. This is wild. I don't use polls very often either. By the way, does my screen look a little blurry? I think it looks a little blurry. Let me try to... That's better. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. All right. By the way, could you guys see those scars on my hand? Look at those crazy scars on my hand, right? I don't know if you can pick that up. Right here and here. I had a crazy injury when I was a kid. So check this out. I was a rather rambunctious youth, and I was wrestling with one of my good friends. All right. And all of my body weight and his body weight fell on my two fingers, just like this. All of our weight. And my fingers bent back. They bent back to my palm, and they were like stuck here. And my knuckles popped out of my palm. It was crazy. My knuckles literally came out of my palm, so I had to have hand surgery. By the way, anyone who doesn't know me, I didn't even do the introduction. I am Agni James. Welcome to my stream. I talk about getting your hand almost ripped off and things like that. I am primarily a guided meditation streamer here on Twitch. I also am a chess instructor, so I stream chess streams. I also am really big into philosophy. I have a master's degree in analytic philosophy, so with an emphasis on philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. Those are three areas that I really love. So we also do philosophy discussions on here as well. So yeah, it's that's what I do here. And so welcome in. It's good to see you all hanging out here. It's a beautiful day. We just got done with a guided meditation, and before that we did a bunch of chess and we did some talking. And yeah, so all right, let's see where we're at here in chat. All right. Critbot, you say, oh geez, yeah, it was painful. Victor, so you say it's painful to envision it. I mean, imagine this. Imagine having your fingers bent back like that. It was crazy, right? And it's like you just go into shock, though. To be perfectly honest, shock is one of the most amazing things for the body. I don't know where we would be without shock. The fact that you can go into shock and just not feel the pain nearly as much was incredible. My friend didn't see the injury though, and he just kept wrestling with me, and I'm like, dude, stop. Can you just stop for a second? And he's like, no, I'm going to win. Then I showed him my hand, and then he finally stopped and called an ambulance, right? Like he should have. But it was crazy. It's weird to have have such a crazy injury and the other person be totally oblivious to it and still engaging with you in a wrestling match. It was ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, the whole way to the hospital, when the paramedics were talking to me, they're like, "How do you feel?" I'm like, "This sucks. To be honest, this really sucks." It's like all I could say. I couldn't even muster up anything else than that. The paramedics are like, do you want to slow your breathing? Are you feeling, how are you feeling? Blah blah blah. We're gonna get you there soon. It's gonna be okay. And I'm like, no, this sucks. All right, so we're going to do some reading. Every single person who voted wanted reading from this wonderful book, The Sevenfold Journey, Reclaiming Mind, Body, and Spirit Through the Chakras. And like I said earlier, I was in a chakra balancing group. We went through this. There's a bunch of journal exercises and things to do, and you set up altars and stuff like that. We went through this, me and the group, and we cleansed our chakras. All right, so we're going to just start with, let's start at the basics. Okay, let's go to, where are we at here? Working with movement. No, understand the concept. Chakra 4. Let's go to, where'd be good? Chakra 2. And you could say chakra or chakra. Each one is perfectly acceptable. And sometimes, different parts of the world, they say it differently. I used to like saying chakras all the time. And then for some reason I started saying chakras. So I don't know. Doesn't really matter. All right. Come on. Where's what I'm looking for? Okay. We're going to start with chakra 1, Earth. So here's a nice little picture. All right. We got chakra 1. We're all ready. Are we ready for Earth? Are you feeling grounded? Are you feeling rooted to the earth? This was a good one. So me and my chakra balancing group and I actually went to a fern room. It was so cool. It was in this what the hell is it called? Like those big ass greenhouses that they have out there. You know, you can go and you can like walk around. And they have all the exotic plants and everything like that. I don't know why the name of it is eluding me now, but it was in one of those, and they had this fern room, and they had all these like old ancient ferns like growing in there, and it was amazing. And it smelled, the air in there was so pure and wonderful, and it just was invigorating to be in there. All right. So it says, where are you now? So I guess we want to explore what we're feeling right now at the present moment. It says, before reading this chapter or starting the exercises, take some time to explore your first chakra issues. That's kind of cool. When's the last time you have explored your first chakra issues, right? Seriously, this is something that we need to take in consideration more often. We need to look at each word. So I have a bunch of concepts here. So here are the words, and I'll read through them. So we have to look at each word and meditate on it for a few moments. Hey, I run guided meditations. Everyone in here knows about meditation. This is a perfect group. We don't need to literally meditate, but like we can do like a light, moment to moment meditation on each word. And then we can close our eyes and we can think about what images come to our mind related to that concept. This is actually a really cool exercise. JT, I am so happy that you brought up this idea of having me read. I think we're gonna gain a lot of valuable insights out of this. All right. So the first one on the list is survival. So let's do it this way. And JT, I'm going to use this beautiful fire quartz that you sent me that I love. I'm going to use it to hold down the page. So it's not just a fire quartz. It's also keeping me in line here. So the first word, the first concept that we're going to explore tonight is survival. So close your eyes, thinking about the concept survival, and notice any images or ideas that arise in your mind. Survival. Wow, I had a really cool, vivid image there, and I'd like to hear you hear about all your images. If you guys felt anything when you did that, when I read the word survival and closed my eyes, I pictured myself running through the forest. It was like an ancient forest, and I was running through it, and I was moving at a really high rate of speed. And it was just a very primal, tribal image. Did any of you have any images or thoughts arise when you were thinking about the word survival? JT, you say, you told me it's a good paperweight. How you see fit? Yeah, it also serves as a paperweight, right? We have a lot of that. It's so cool, though, how a given concept can have these images, can make these images arise in your mind, right? They can have, you can feel certain images and thoughts and ideas that come to light just by meditating on a concept. All right, let's see. JT, you had a vision of a wall of water. Beautiful. That is so cool. A wall of water, yeah. Maybe you were like a waterfall, like a big, or just like a wall. Like a modern wall that had water running over it. Was it an ancient wall? I'm interested. That's kind of cool. A vision of a wall of water. And crit bite. You said a primitive crit bite hunting boar with some makeshift spear. I love it. Crit bite. I love it, man. Or woman. I never even asked your preferred pronoun. By the way, I'm sorry. I should have asked. What's the preferred pronoun for you? That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, hunting boar with some makeshift spear. It's so. I mean, that's how it is, right? Survival, right? Nowadays, survival's gotten kind of bland. It's like, oh, go to work at a fast food restaurant and make unhealthy food and serve it to people all day, right? Back in the day, you had to go out and we had to hunt. We had to be like real predators and omnivores, and we had to go out there and kill those buffalo. If we didn't get those buffalo, our whole tribe would starve to death, right? It's intense. Victor, sorry, you say you envisioned a room where one person was an unknown psychopath who others would have to later struggle against. Ooh, kind of like the murder mysteries, right? Like the murder mystery plots that they have out there. That's cool. Yeah, one person is a psychopath and is hiding it, and then everyone else is going to have to deal again to work their magic against that person at some point. JT, you say water well with rock face behind it. Yeah, all right. Let's move on to the next one. By the way, Now, as soon as you have an image, you can just type it in chat because I think that's how we can get through it quicker. Okay, the next word we're going to meditate on is earth. Earth is the concept. So close your eyes and take a few deep breaths thinking about earth. Notice any thoughts or feelings that arise when you hear the word earth. Do any images arise in your mind? Okay, I did not have a super profound experience there. I just had like a picture of like some dirt on the ground. To be honest, I mean, you got to be truthful, right? You know, every exercise isn't going to be a winner. I was just had a picture of some outdoor scene and just a little bit of dirt on the ground. Did anyone see anything differently or feel anything differently when they read the word earth? If not, we'll just move on quickly. Maybe it's not a very stimulating one, or maybe someone did have a pretty wild thing. Roman statues. Ooh, you pictured Roman statues. That's pretty cool. That's a lot cooler than like my pile of dirt that I saw on the ground. I like that. I like that. Critbite, you have a good imagination. That's good. You're going to be. You can think highly of the major concepts and imagery in the world. Victor, sorry, you envisioned oh no, we already went through that. JT, you say cliff edge looking down at air. Interesting. The cliff edge actually looking down. So you had a nice overhead view. All right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool as well. All right, we're ready for the next one. Close your eyes. And the next word. Wait, hold on. Victor Soar, let's get to what you said. The hotel room where you stayed at for the first Philosophical Society conference you presented at, where you started learning how to use formal logic in your writing. Dude, that is intense, man. You presented there, and or you thought you started thinking about that when I said Earth? When I said Earth, that's wild, man. Wow. That's not expected, but it's cool, and all the ideas, all the images are equally valid, and that's a cool one. I love that. I love that one. Wow. All right, I got to make sure I give you guys time to write stuff in chat because I'm like kind of speeding through things. Let's see. Oh, we have a first time chat. All right, we have Alnoram. I'm killing that. Alnram, is that how you say it? You say a globe, then Native Americans living of Earth. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Alnram. Yeah, I love that. I love it. Welcome to the channel, by the way. I'm Agni James, and I'm grateful you're here. I do all sorts of stuff: meditation, chess, philosophy discussions, primarily. And we're reading this book today and doing chakra cleansing today. Let's see. Victor Sor, you say yes. You guess your logic grounds your work. Perfect. I get it. I get it now. Yeah, logic can be super grounding for people. I think it was Bertrand Russell, right, who said that he would have lost his mind if it wasn't for math and logic, right? I'm pretty sure it was him. Yeah, logic is super grounding. It keeps you steady. It keeps you centered. It keeps you balanced. Logic, along with meditation and yoga and things like that, right? Because logic's going to be one half of it. That's going to be the analytic grounding part of our bodies, and we also need to ground the more poetic and verse-based parts of our beings, right? Okay, let's see. Hey there. Al is fine. Okay, all right, good. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, so that will make it much easier. Al, thank you. I love what you had to say, though. All right, we're ready for the next one. The next one is literally the word grounding. So close your eyes and think of the concept of grounding and notice any images or thoughts that come to mind. Take a couple deep breaths while thinking of grounding. Exploring any thoughts and sensations you may have. Wow, I just had a cool one right there. So I was standing on a flat field, but my feet were shooting like these vines down straight through all the way through the earth, like through the core of the earth and all the way throughout the other side of the earth. My feet were just shooting these vines down, and I was incredibly grounded. I was really rooted like the strongest tree, just shooting these vines through my feet. And the other cool thing that I noticed, which is I think is kind of interesting, is that each four corners of my feet was feeling it was shooting from two. It wasn't just like like one area of the foot. Like it was just coming throughout the entire surface level of the bottom of my feet. Let's see, JT, you say running in thick forest, bare feet, beautiful. Beautiful, yeah. Running, grounding, right in the thick forest. That can be totally grounding, right? Like running on if you with your bare feet in the forest. I mean, especially if there's like a bed of leaves that you're running on, and your toes are grasping the ground. In fact, I think that's one of the reasons why we have a lot of knee issues and back issues in humanity in this world, because shoes are actually not great for us. And this is kind of the rub, right? Here's the idea. We evolved such that our toes could actually grip the ground, grip that dirt ground or sand or whatever it is that we're traversing on when we move across the landscape. But then we started creating all these surfaces where it would be unsafe to walk barefoot, because of broken glass and things like that, right? So now we have to wear shoes, but we're actually way better off, and our bodies are in more alignment if we're actually barefoot when we're walking around. Al, you said kept going to electricity, going through ground rod into dirt. Yeah, that's another good image, right? Electricity shooting through the ground rod into the earth, into the dirt. Beautiful, awesome. All right, that's another good one. All right, let's see. We got another one. All right, let's do. Victor Sor. You said you remembered the society around you for all its financial struggles, cultural aspirations, and feelings of camaraderie. Interesting. It's I love how everyone has a totally different way, different images that arise in their mind and different thoughts that arise in their mind when they meditate on these words. Right? It's cool. It shows how different we are and how our unique foundational belief sets coupled with our neurophysiological constitution allow us to perceive the world in a given way, right? And interpret things in a given way and experience things in that way. That's awesome. All right, another one. Let's do. Let's close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Meditating on the concept of body. Noticing any thoughts or images that arise when you think of body. All right, cool. Well, what I just felt there was I visualized myself sitting in the same chair that I'm in, except I was glowing. I had a glow about my whole body, and I was just radiating this really bright glow. What did you all think of? What came across your minds when you meditated on the word body? This is cool, by the way. I like how we're doing this. I think it's really beneficial too. And by the way, those of you who are interested, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 14 words, and we're on word 6 right now. We're on 6 words. I'm going to type in the chat the words that we've done so far. So. All right, so we've done these 6 so far, and we have 8 more then. Okay, let's see. JT, you say you walking through the triangular lit doorways without touching the ground. Triangular lit doorways. Wow. Yeah, I love the imagery. That's beautiful. Excellent. And Critbot, you say, visualize the cardiovascular system like it was a 3D model floating in space. We have some imaginative people in here. This is wonderful. People with such good connections to the divine and creative imaginations. This is excellent. Victor Star, you say, you saw flesh. It is what everyone sees. But beneath the solid flesh is the liquid blood, which is the essence of the body. The body is a home for its blood. I've never thought about that. The body is a home for its blood. That's a really cool concept to think about. I mean, blood, think about what blood does. It brings oxygen and nutrients and nourishes. It nourishes everything in your being, right? When that blood is pumping through your body, you feel rejuvenated, you feel love, you feel light, you feel wonderful, right? Hey, that rhymed. All right, enough with the internal rhyming today. I am a fire poet with JT, but I no internal rhyming here. Let's see. Al, you said you saw Vitruvian man, then thought of the ocean. Wow. Yes. That's great. I can see that. When you think of body, thinking of that. That's beautiful. All right. Yeah, we got some amazing thoughts. We got some amazing ideas. I'm starting to think that this chat might be some of the smartest people on Twitch. If you're able to visualize these amazing things and have these amazing ideas, you're some deep people. All right, wonderful. All right, let's go to the next word. We're going to close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And meditate on the concept of this physical plane. Physical plane. Notice any thoughts or images that arise in your mind when you think of physical plane. Okay, wow, that was good too. That was a little more abstract, I feel, than the others. For physical plane, I was thinking about leaves for some reason. I was thinking about leaves, on the tree, right? Very healthy leaves that are looking green and beautiful, and then with fall coming, the leaves changing colors and falling to the ground, and then slowly decaying, and then all the atoms and molecules breaking apart. And that going back into the earth and getting rejuvenated. The main theme, the main idea that was going through my mind was the word transitory. I was thinking about the transitory nature of human existence within the spatio-temporal realm. It was Heraclitus that actually argued that the foundational state of all of reality is change. That change is the most fundamental, foundational a state of everything, right? And he was a pre-Socratic philosopher. I think it was around 500 BCE, and that's what he was arguing. He was one of the early philosophers. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that that's what thought came to my mind. All right, well, where are we at here now? What did everyone else think? Chad Guy. Hey, Chad Guy's here, man. Good to see you, friend. How are you doing, Chad Guy? We are reading from this chakra balancing group. We're saying a concept, and then we're meditating on it for a couple minutes, and then we're sharing what images come into our mind. And then before that, we did meditation, we did chess. We've been doing all sorts of stuff. We're rocking today. We're doing some good stuff right here. JT, you said locked into a small dark space, felt cornered in. Really? And I can see that because the physical plane is limiting, right? The physical plane is very different than the divine, than what is eternal, than what is beyond space and time, right? The physical plane is something different. It has restrictions and boundaries, right? When I do the meditations, I'm not sitting there talking about, hey, allow yourself to be confined within the physical plane. I'm talking about transcending the physical realm, right? The physical plane has separations and divisions between things. It can be confining at times, right? Let's see. Critbite, you said visualize a reflection on the ocean, that one took a while to develop. A reflection on the ocean. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. And Allie said went to the astral level. Wow. All right. So you're going way high up. You're going to the ultimate one of the ultimate levels. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. We are ready for the next one. All right. Now this next one I already know is going to be very emotionally charged for me. It's a word that is very charged for me. Let's try this one out. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And think of the concept of home. Noticing any thoughts or images that arise in your mind when you think of home. All right, home. Yeah, home's always a very emotionally charged word in my world. It means a lot. In this particular meditation, when I thought of the word home, I visualized myself in a bodily state, but shining with radiant light, and then transcending the physical plane, and actually going off and spreading my light into the light all around me, into the oneness, and just being back in that state of pure love and joy and perfect peace. That's what I believe in my metaphysics. That's my home. That's what I believe home is. That state of pure oneness with all of creation. What do you guys think? What did you guys get out of this? Crit bite. You say visualize or reflect. Oh no, we had that one. All right, let's see what everyone thought. We'll give it another minute. I gotta get better at giving you guys time to type. I know it can be rough trying to type real quick. Especially there's like a little bit of a delay. There's when the streamer talks and says stuff, there's a little bit of a delay. Victor Sor, you say you heard "Oh Holy Night" and remembered your family. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you remembered, and that was probably like a special time for you. Every time that you got to spend with your family, right? That family is home. I mean, family is definitely a part of home. That's one major property of this set of all properties that home can contain, right? Let's see. Al, you said you thought of a lot of wood and like a workshop. Ooh, a lot of work in a workshop. That gets me thinking about home being a place of production, of producing, right? Like it sounds like that's kind of your unconscious interpretation of that, right? That there's a certain level of production that can occur in a home, and there is, right? I mean, if you think about the things that happen in a home, right? Whether it's just like building stuff, or creating things, or doing renovations, or remodeling, or doing all that stuff. There's a lot of aspects of building and creating, and then think about the family members, right? Your parents, right? They created you probably in that home, right? I mean, there's a lot of levels of creation. That's actually, don't think about that. That's not a good thing to think about. It's usually not a fun thing to think about. But you get the point. Let's see. Crit Bite, you said you thought of the earth and how we are all living on it. Yeah, absolutely. There's this earth, and we're all living it, and the earth is our home to a certain extent, right? And this earth is the home of our bodies, right? Our bodies living in this spatial temporal realm within this dualistic framework. We have to abide by certain rules, and those rules are constrained by the earth, right? We can't just be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to choose not to acknowledge gravity today, and then just float away. You can't do that. I mean, it would be cool. Don't get me wrong. That would be pretty amazing if we could, but it typically doesn't fly, right? It doesn't work. All right, and you guys are laughing at. Yeah, you don't want to imagine what your parents conceiving you, right? All right. Well, speaking of something very similar to home, we're ready for the next word. We have 6 more. Actually, no, I lied. We have 5 more words. Yeah. Take a few slow, deep breaths. thinking about the concept of family. Noticing any images or thoughts that arise in your mind when thinking of family. Okay. I just thought of my parents and my sister and me sitting around a square table, and we were all looking really peaceful and happy and centered. It was good. We didn't really have like a square dining room table. We had a long table. I've never seen this table that I pictured in my mind, but it was good to see us all back together as one. Those of you who don't know, I mentioned last week, and I've mentioned it many times on stream. When I was 19, my sister committed suicide. So it's been a long time since I've seen her before. So that was nice to have that image of her back at the table with my mom, with my mother and father, right? What did anyone else think? Did anyone else think of anything when we meditated on the word family? Hold on, this just got blurry. I got to fix it again. Let's see if we can get it back in focus. All right. It does this every now and then, and I got to mess with it. All right, JT, you said you saw yourself surrounded by every culture and creed on this plane. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, I'm trying to get this back in focus, but it's going to be a little blurry for a minute. All right, that's amazing. Every culture and every creed. So basically, maybe your concept of family is expanded to include all of humanity, which is a very, very evolved way of thinking about it, right? That's what I try to teach. That's one of the things I try to say during my meditations. I guess I'm just going to have to let this go. This is going to be blurry for a little bit. Okay, Victor, so you say you had a feeling of your vision of what society can be and how special that feeling is. Well, that's pretty neat, of what society can be. So of potential. So the word family triggered the concept of potential, not just of how things are, but of how things could be. Interesting. I like that one. Critbite, you said, a family getting ready at the front door. We all have your coats on, and you're getting ready to go somewhere together. Interesting, yeah. Like maybe on a happy adventure, right? You're all willing to get together and travel somewhere. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. And Al, you said you saw like a Christmas exchanging gifts. Yeah, I mean that's always one of the happiest moments, right? Being with your family, like on Christmas or on a holiday, exchanging gifts. That was always I have such warm feelings about that moment, right? Absolutely. Herbert Smithens, you say your powerful chakra is causing the blur. The camera is fine. Maybe so, but it's bothering me a little bit, Oh, by the way, those of you who don't know, I totally have obsessive compulsive disorder. I fixed it. See, it's just like one of those things, you can get through it. But I have obsessive compulsive disorder. So I have to control it on a daily basis. Meditation and yoga have been, and Qigong, Kumai, all those things have been huge for helping me overcome OCD. And it still resurfaces every now and then. I still have those tendencies. Like I like keeping things really clean and organized. But I can handle it if there are a couple crumbs get on the floor, on the kitchen floor. Like I can survive, right? I can deal with it. All right, where are we at here? It's Victor Sor. That gives you a feeling of Christmas time when it has snowed outside. Yeah, we do. We associate snow a lot of times with Christmas. It's always two of those things. White Christmas, right? All right. Victor, so you say, yes, we are just seeing heat waves. Yeah, maybe we are, right? Maybe that was not a blur. Maybe it was actually the heat emanating from my being, right? Who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, it can be whatever it is, right? All right. Next word. I want to move on. We have an agenda to keep. We have order. Order must be maintained. Or there will be order in the court. Okay. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths on your own. thinking of the concept of roots. Notice any thoughts or images that arise in your mind when you think of roots. All right. That was a pretty visually stimulating one for me. That was good. I was picturing actual literal roots, like from like tree roots, shooting out of my fingers and shooting out of my toes and my feet and my chest cavity and my body and going into the ground and the walls and everything, just going into all the matter around me. That's what I pictured there. What did you all think about when you visioned the word roots? Anything in particular? Let's see. Herbert, you say as above, so is below. Interesting. Okay, JT, you say you see your pops in full shaman dress, sitting on his shaman bench. Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. By the way, I joke around. I joke around in chat all the time, and I say, I'm saying at the beginning of chat, JT is my channel shaman. But a lot of you don't know that she actually comes from a family of shaman and is like a shaman. She's the one in her family who would eventually become a shaman, right? Her father was like a legit shaman. Like, I mean, how many shaman? We don't know any shaman in I live in Chicago, like the guy that lives next to me is a painter and the guy that lives on the other side of me is a dentist. Like those are the kind of people that live around me. I mean, there's no shaman living next door. But her father actually was a shaman and she's got that blood. So she actually has that shaman blood in her. That's cool that you were thinking about that. Victor Sawyer, you say you remembered those you viewed as true friends when you were in junior high school. The culture of deep thinkers and feelers. Wow. That is pretty awesome. Yeah. Going back to junior high. I wonder why your mind went to junior high and not like high school or grade school. I wonder why junior high. Only you'd be able to answer that, and might be tough to figure out, but that's cool, interesting. The culture of deep thinkers and feelers. Maybe you knew a lot of deep thinkers and feelers at that age. Maybe that you were friends with a lot of those people and associated with them. Interesting. Al, you said you thought of the tattoo your brother just got of tree on hand and fingers as roots. That is awesome. Nice tattoo. That is so cool, man. I love it. I love the concept of roots, and I love trees. I love going out, and one of my favorite things is going out into the woods, going out into the forest, and actually I'll walk up and I'll literally just put my hands on a tree like this, and I'll just feel the bark and I'll feel the texture, and I'll rub my hands up and down the tree, feeling that. And if someone's walking by, they're gonna be like, dude, this guy's like fucking out of his mind, and but like whatever, I don't give a fuck what people think, right? So I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna feel that tree, and it's grounding for me. It feels so the texture feels wonderful. There's something in it that reminds me of a distant past. All right. Victor, so you say you had no idea. That's really cool. Yeah, we're replying to JT Farms. Her dad is an actual shaman, was a legit shaman. Pretty awesome. Critbite, you say that one was difficult for you. After a while, you finally thought about elementary school. So Victor, sir, you thought of junior high. Excuse me, and Critbite, you thought of elementary school. It's interesting. You know what? I guess it's because of going back to your roots, right? There's also that component of it, right? When we go back to our roots, where were our roots? Our roots are not just our family, but also, junior high, grade school, the people we knew back then. Think about the ways that they shaped you and molded you, like all your friends, right? And the societal structures that existed when you were a little kid, right? That had a lot of power, that had a lot of thrust, a lot of force in it, right? I mean, if you hung out with people that were just did nothing but play sports all day, you were probably going to be an athlete of some kind, right? If you hung out with people that did nothing but played Dungeons and Dragons all day, you were probably going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons a lot, right? And going to be big into role playing and stuff like that, role playing games. If you were big into I don't know, just being a bully, you're probably still going to be a bully unless you learned your lesson, right? If you were big into, telling jokes and making people laugh, I mean, maybe you'll still be doing the same thing. But yeah, our roots definitely influence us. It's interesting. JT, you say every generation has a few with the calling deep in the bloodline. Yeah, the shaman. You come from that shaman heritage. It's so awesome. I respect that so much. That lineage that you come from. It's a really divine. It's divine. It's divine. And you don't. I bet you. I'm 100% certain. I'm certain that your father is with us now, watching you and being with you, and helping, guiding you, and looking over you. His presence, his energy is definitely with you, and you know that too. Let's see, Victor. So you say your cat is looking at you because he expects you to close the laptop due to it being our bedtime. So you may suddenly sign off. Totally fine, man. I know about how cats are, dude. I know exactly how cats are. If a cat is gonna want something, it's probably gonna get it at the end of the day, right? You saw my cat here on stream the other day. I bring her on stream for Channel Point Redemption. But she's cats run the show, just like Kittens Kung Fu's cat, Mia, right? She runs the show. She's actually the streamer and just has him as her puppet when she does the streaming. All right. Crit Bite, you say your cat jumped into your lap too. Dude, what's up with everyone having cats? Who's in my stream? Does everyone in the stream have cats? Like I got my cat, right back there. Victor Shore's got his cat. JT's got Kit Kat. Crit Bite's got a cat. Everyone's got their cats going around. Maybe this is a cat stream. All right, well, hold on. We have 3 more words. 3 more words. All right, let's see if we can get through this. Take a slow, deep breath. And think of the word discipline. Notice any thoughts or images that arise in your mind when you think of discipline. Wow, that was interesting. So I live a very disciplined life. Every morning I get up and I do a 3-hour workout routine. That includes yoga, qigong, kumnae, stretching, and some other things depending on the day. And I need that discipline. That starts my day off I start off on the right foot if I do that morning routine. On days when I don't do that morning routine, which is rare, I always feel out of balance, and I always feel sloppy. And I feel disorganized the rest of the day. So I was thinking about order and how discipline and the relationship between discipline and order, and how when I live a more disciplined life, I live a more orderly life as well. What did you all think when you thought of discipline? What images or thoughts arose in your mind? Let's see, Victor. Sorry, you say you saw yourself running at night, a spiritual struggle against dullness. Interesting. A spiritual struggle against dullness. I wonder. What do you mean by that? Do you have understanding of that? Or is that just what popped into your head? Like, do you have an understanding of maybe why you saw that? Like, do you feel like your life is too exciting or too dull, or do you feel is that just what popped in your mind when you heard discipline? How does discipline relate to dullness? Is it maybe if you're too disciplined, then you're too disciplined, then you don't have enough variety in your life, and variety is like the spice of life. It gives life some excitement. Is that kind of the train of thought? JT, you say you see an impossible maze in front of you. Weird. An impossible maze? Wow, you guys are seeing some interesting things. JT, do you have a hard time navigating discipline? How do you live? Do you live a disciplined life? I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we live disciplined lives or if we think we do. Like there are some areas of my life that are very disciplined, and then there are other areas that are not very disciplined. What do you all think? Do you all think you live disciplined lives? It's kind of interesting, right? It's interesting to think about. Herbert Smithens, you say you're thinking about how much you suck at it at this point in your life. Oh man, that's great, dude. You're bringing some humor. You know, you're bringing some comedic relief to this. This is good. We need this. Hey, you know what? We all suck at discipline at times. I mean, I remember when I was a little kid, I was just a ball of energy, just running around, flailing my limbs everywhere, going into everything. You know, I've had to put a tremendous amount of work to live a more disciplined life, and I had to. With the amount of energy that I have, if I didn't put all that work into discipline, I'd be fucked. I would be in really bad shape right now. I don't know what would have happened to me, but it wouldn't be pretty. It wouldn't be pretty. I've had to put a tremendous amount of time into it. Let's see, Al, you said your dad a principal paddle, then a monk. Huh. Okay, I totally see your dad principal paddle thing, and the monks are incredibly disciplined too. Absolutely, some of them take vows of silence. I mean, can you imagine if I took a vow of silence? Like that would be crazy, right? It's like I couldn't handle that. That would be intense to take a vow. I mean, I probably could for a short duration, but not like for like 20 years. Can you imagine not being able to speak for 20 years? That would be wild. But yeah, monks have amazing discipline. They're some of the most disciplined people on the planet, right? Victor Story said, for you, dullness is simply seeking what we want and avoiding what we fear. With discipline, we seek to follow principles over seeking such things. Ooh, yeah. Dullness is simply seeking what we want and avoiding what we fear. So like the pleasure principle, you know, we seek out pleasure and avoid pain. And that's dullness kind of relates to that to you. And with discipline, we seek to follow principles over seeking such things. I think so. I think that's a cool take on that. A critique, you're drawing a blank on that one. Hey, that's no worries. Thank you for your honesty. Maybe the fact that you're drawing a blank tells you something. I don't know. Maybe. Herbert, you say you can't even go to sleep at a decent time. Thanks for that, by the way. Well, I got to bring an entertaining stream to the masses, you know. I mean, it's 1:05 here Central Time. This is way too late, right? I don't know what the hell I'm still doing up right now. I got to bring love and light to the world, right? That's my purpose. If I'm not doing my purpose, then what am I doing here? Victor, so you say you believe that with such discipline comes our deeper inner power. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I know that when I am living a very disciplined life and a very orderly life, I can have a lot less slop in my life. My life tends to start getting sloppy when I lose the discipline, and I lose power because I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I'll just do whatever. I'll just watch some TV or eat this thing, or I don't feel like going to yoga today, and I start getting sloppy, then I'll start making messes, and it's just not, then I'm not happy. It's not a good a place for me to be. I don't feel happy. I don't feel joyful in that kind of mindset, right? Interesting. JT, you say, no, you're free-spirited. You don't conform well to order. Yeah, I know. Maybe that's why you were thinking about that maze or whatever earlier, right? With also, yeah, you're free-spirited. You don't conform. Some people, and that's a cool thing. Some people thrive on chaos, right? Some people thrive on chaos, and they can ride those waves of chaos really well. And you're a fire poet. I mean, you're a very fluid person, right? The ways you move is very fluid. You're not like, okay, I'm going to do X at X time, and then I'm going to do Y, and then I'm going to do Z, right? You kind of go with the flow, right? You do the things you need to do, obviously, but then the other things are much more fluid in your life. So maybe there's some truth to that. All right. And Jay, you say yes. All right, cool. All right, we got two more. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And think of the concept foundation. Notice any thoughts or images that enter your mind when you think of foundation. Wow, that one was visually stunning for me. I first was looking at myself standing on top of an ice cube. I was standing on this ice cube, but then the ice cube turned to a cube of pure light. And I could just tell that it was home, that in that ice cube, in that ball, that square of pure light, in that cube of pure light, the essence of all creation was there. Home was there. And I was standing on it, and then my body turned into light. And then I started sinking into that cube of light. That was fun. That was a good one. I've never seen that before. All right, what did you all think of when you thought of the word foundation? It's a cool word, foundation. These are all very earth chakra words, right? Very grounding words. Help ground us and keep us rooted to this place. I'm interested to see what everyone else thought. Herbert, you said you think of how if you don't know the basics of something, you can't truly understand the complex part. Like in math, yeah, right. Think about math. Everything's based on the next set of principles, right? You have like the foundational things you have to learn, and then you learn stuff on top of that, and then on top of that, and then on top of that. Next thing you know, you're doing differential equations, right? You just keep layering things on one after the next, right? That math is definitely the paradigmatic way, I guess, of showing that, of explicating that idea of that concept, right? Okay, let's see. JT, you say you're visualizing your nieces and nephews as kids laughing and climbing all over you. Your favorite times in your life. Wow, that's a good scene. Your nieces and nephews climbing all over you, spending time with them, sharing love with them. What a good scene, right? Excellent. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, Victor, sorry, you said you remembered the zeitgeist of your elementary school peers. You remember the zeitgeist of them. All right. Yeah, absolutely. That general feel of the time of being around your elementary school peers, right? That general feel of the times and the nation or whatever society you're living in, right? Interesting. Cool. All right. Al, you said, "Wow, nice visual you had." Yeah, that was a fun one. I don't know if you're referring to me or someone else, but it was a beautiful one. It was really good. Thank you. Critbite, you said, thought of fundamental training at the beginning, then it led to soldiers marching in boot camps. Wow. Okay, so kind of like maybe a more militaristic thought, right? Like you thought of fundamental training. Like fundamental training of military operations or of things, something related to the military, or just fundamental training of like anything in general. And then it led to soldiers marching in boot camps. Pretty wild. I like it. I think it's cool. Wiznick, otherwise known as One Sluggy, my brother, man, how you doing? Good to see you. You saw grass, yeah. Sometimes we see grass. The foundation, grass is typically the foundation. It's usually the foundation of the surface that we're walking on, right? If we're outside, it's either concrete or grass or dirt, right? It's one of those surfaces. Critbite, very wholesome, yeah. Al, you said you saw a huge building, then thought of inside the body, like cells. So initially, it's weird, and this is cool for you because initially you went big and you thought of a huge building. But then you brought it in. You thought of the inside, like cells. That's interesting that you first went outward, and then came inward. I kind of think that's kind of representative of what we do as human beings, right? We're born into this world, and what do? We first go outward, right? We try to learn all these facts and things about the world. First, we learn like just the basic, ways of how to survive as like a little baby, right? As a kid, like if I scream, I get fed. If I move my hand like this, it feels good, right? All those basic things. And then, you develop and you grow and you learn more, and then you learn more. And then you get to a point where you're learning all this stuff about the external world, right? You're taking in a tremendous amount of knowledge and knowledge about the external world. And you're like, hey, I'm so good at my job, and I'm good at, raising my, feeding my family and making money. And I'm good at like, writing papers, or I'm good at, whatever you're good at doing, right? You take that all in and you learn. Like there was a period of time in my life where I wanted to learn every single thing I possibly could about the world. That was like my goal. I was very science oriented. I was actually majoring, as an undergrad, I did a dual major, molecular bio and psychology. So I was all molecular bio first, and I was all about science. I was like, hey, I'm going to come to understand everything there is about the universe, about all of reality through science. And I'm going to do that, because I'm a scientist. I'm going to devote myself to science. Science will lead to truth. And that was my first way of thinking about things, right? And so I wanted to learn all about what Kant, what Kant would refer to as the phenomenal world, right? The world of appearances, the world of sensory experiences, right? Because with science is great at telling you things about the world of appearances. Not so much as telling you about things that we can't observe or test, right? It's not so good about telling us about those things, but it's great about telling us about worldly things, right? But then, and anyways, going back to what we were talking about earlier, so first we go out into the world and we try to learn about all the worldly things, and then we realize, wait a minute, we're neglecting a major part of ourselves. That part within, that intuition, that love, that peace, that joy that exists within us. And then we start letting go of some of those attachments to external phenomena, and we go back within to that place of love and oneness and kindness in our being. And then it's almost like the next part of your life is a part about wisdom, because you're going within and you're remembering, the truth of the capital T truth of reality, as opposed to like, memorizing facts for trivia show, right? All right, let's see what everyone else said. Hold on a second. I need to like cough, and I'm going to mute it because this is. Okay, let's see what we got here. JT, you say, Victor Sore, for you, it's just a term for someone that can express themselves with a lot of energy. Okay, cool. Victor, so you say, in your meditation group, fire is associated with energy and vitality. Fire is associated with energy and vitality. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, all right. I'll redeem the hydrate. But the problem is my water is almost empty. You're right. Whoa, last night's ghost. Hello. Okay, welcome so much to my stream. My name is Agni James. This is Evolve Yourself TV. Thank you so much for the follow. Anyone who follows, I'm super appreciative of you. Anyone who's just here, I'm appreciative of you. I'm Agni James. I stream primarily guided meditations here on Twitch. I'm a chess instructor, so I teach chess on Twitch, and I also stream philosophical discussions on Twitch with an emphasis on philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics, because those are the three areas of expertise for me. I went to grad school and I got my master's in philosophy. We were just talking about the chakras. Actually, I have this book, and I used this book, The Sevenfold Journey, when I was in a chakra balancing group many years ago, and we went through to try to cleanse our chakras, and we did. We went through each chakra, and there's a bunch of exercises and things that you can do to try to purify your body, and that's what we're doing right now. So welcome, everyone. Those of you who do not know, last night's ghost is incredible. She's one of my favorite people here on Twitch. She is a streamer. She does different stuff. That's one thing I love about her. She does stuff that people don't typically do. She streams like scary movies and like scary stories and like just cool images and in imagery. And she also does stuff, like more variety stuff, like plays games with the chat and all that. But she's just an awesome person. Definitely check her out. Drop her a follow. Welcome in. How is your stream? How is everything going with you? So there's a redemption I need to do. I need to drink some water. Hey, we have 69 viewers. My favorite number. All right. So I need to drink some water. So I'll be right back while I fill up my water. Hang tight 1 second. All right. Woo. All right, and by the way, if any of you ever came into this room that I'm in, like when I do these meditations, you would immediately start sweating. The amount of energy and heat that I give off is ridiculous. It is so hot in this room right now. I mean, I have the air conditioning on. I just went out there and the door is closed. I just went out into the living room. And in the living room, it's like 68 degrees. I bet you if I brought a thermometer in here, it would be like 80 or like 85 in this room just from the heat that I'm emitting. So like, if you think energy's not a thing, you're probably wrong. All right, where are we at here? I've missed a ton of stuff in chat. Last night's ghost. You want a meditation? You want to meditate? Maybe we're gonna meditate. Let's just finish the last word. All right. So in this exercise, in this book, we're going through these words, these concepts, and we're meditating on each one for just a couple minutes. All right. We're just doing a couple, like not even a couple minutes, a couple moments. All right. And we're thinking about any images or thoughts that come into our mind. So far, we've had survival, earth, grounding, matter, body, physical plane, home, family, roots, discipline, and foundation. We have one more word to go. So we're going to finish up this last word because it's the last part of the exercise, and then maybe we'll do another meditation. I don't know. I'm feeling wired, and it's, even though it's like 1:18 a.m. where I'm at, and I got to be up, to do options trading tomorrow morning, I'm still feeling pretty wired. But hold on a second. I think something happened. Aristotle came in here, man. Aristotle, big shout out to Aristotle. He is an awesome dude here on Twitch. He's one of my favorite streamers. He's an incredible philosophy streamer. This guy has a PhD in philosophy. He could be going out doing whatever he wants with his time, and he comes to Twitch to share his knowledge and wisdom with everyone on Twitch. A super authentic, genuine dude, and that's the other thing. He's not gonna. You're gonna go to his channel, and you're not gonna feel like discouraged or disappointed when you go to his channel, because it's a group of wonderful people there, for one, and also because he has a skill of basically acknowledging everything that everyone says. Right? When you come in, if you have a question, even if it's a very basic question, he's not going to make you feel dumb. He's going to listen to what you have to say. He's going to hear you out, and he's going to try to answer it, even if it's like the first question the first philosophical question that anyone's ever had in their life. So definitely check him out. Drop him a follow. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How you been, by the way, Aristotle? How's everything going with you? All right, so I got to get to catch up with chat, and then we're going to do the last word. All right, so some people here want meditations. We're going to do that. Thank you for the follow, Eurolax. Much appreciated. And last night's ghost, thank you again for that raid. Herbert Smithens, I finally redeemed the hydrate deal. So we got that redemption in. All right. Last night's ghost, you say you're the sweetest. Do that. Drink water. Yeah. a sexty night. It's a sexty night. Oh, 69. All right, fair enough. Okay, all right. Let me try to catch up here. Holy shit. You know what? Because there's so many people here, it's taking me forever to catch up. All right. Chad guy, what is this world coming to? So sad. All right, we're ready for the last word. We are ready for the last word. Here we go. All right. And by the way, this book, I don't know if you were all here when I just said it, but I was in a chakra balancing group, and we went through this book, and it definitely cleared out the chakras, and it was good. This was many years ago, so now we're doing this. All right, so everyone close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths. And think about the concept of stillness. Notice any images or thoughts that arise in your mind when you think of stillness. Wow. That was amazing. That one was great. All right, for that one, I was visualizing this gigantic waterfall, like this huge waterfall. And I was standing by it, and the force of the water falling was so tremendous. It was so intense. And then all of a sudden, the water just paused. It just stopped, like midair. The water was all just hanging there. And the waterfall was perfectly still. The whole scene was perfectly still. I was perfectly still, just amazed, staring at this waterfall. That was a good one for me. That was a good image. What did you guys think about? Did you have any thoughts or feelings? And thank you so much, Nimbuster. No, let me see. Nimbuster. Yeah, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Chad Guy redeemed cool glasses. All right. I got to get the cool glasses out. By the way, I have a really crazy tear in the back of these pants, so I can't turn facing the camera. I can't turn with my back to it, so I'll be right back. All right. Here we go. We got the cool glasses redemption on now. This is how we do it. This is how we're doing it. Little Chicago style action here. All right. Let's see. Herbert Smithens, you said you were thinking of giving massages and reminding yourself to slow down. Yeah. Dude, massage is such an amazing time to remind yourself to slow down, right? When you do it, when you get a massage or when you're giving a massage, you have to slow down. You have to be really in tune to that energy. You have to feel out what you're doing, right? And it's all about stillness with that. Absolutely. Nimbustomer, you said you came in at the last minute of your stream. Oh, it came in at last night's ghost stream. Yeah, nice. Well, welcome. She just rated us over here. Crit Bite, you say you visualized a totem pole for some reason. Then you imagined Jim Carrey balancing on top of a totem pole? Whoa, you got that from Stillness? Dude, Jim Carrey is the most like animated guy, right? His mannerisms just like whoa, constantly, right? For you to picture him being perfectly still, that's like the ultimate stillness, right? Interesting, cool, I like it. JT, you say laying in a field of grass and staring up at the night sky, void of all sound. Yeah, that's such a good feeling, right? Just laying in a field of grass and just staring up at the stars, especially if there's not a lot of light pollution, and being able to see the stars and just feeling connected with the earth. And that's a good one, yeah, for stillness. I like it. Victor Sora, you say, that brings back good memories. To JT Farms, yeah. And then let's see, Al, you said it was a night scene around a lake with an owl in a tree. Interesting. An owl in a tree. But now was the scene still though? Was it still, or like was the owl moving? Was the owl moving? Was the wind blowing? Were the leaves rustling, or was it a still scene? That's kind of interesting. Nimbustomer, you said yours was rippling water slowly going to a still pause. Beautiful. That's kind of like my waterfall one, right? Water moving and then all of a sudden, water pausing. I think it's because it's something that we would never see, right? That's not something that's typical in nature to see water stop its flow, right? Unless, there's some kind of device there to stop it. Hey, last night's ghost, cheering 100 bits. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. All right. Wonderful. Beautiful. All right. And then, let's see, a Chad Guy, you say you were on the top of Niagara Falls being massaged by Brazilian Victoria's Secret model. Dude, that sounds like a pretty damn good visualization. Man, I got to hang out in your head for a little while. That sounds like a good place to be, man. You got some good thoughts in there. All right. Let's see. Victor, we're close to a hype train, I guess it says. We have someone else following. Thank you so much for the follow. Who is that? We have, I think I just missed it. I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. Mr. Slady Grace Faith. Oh, Mrs. Lady Grace Faith. Mrs. Lady Grace Faith. That's who it is. Okay. All right. Welcome. My name is Agni James. We've been going over this this book, Sevenfold Journey. It's a book about balancing the chakras. I used to be in a chakra balancing group, and we use this as our workshop book. But yeah, welcome to the chat. I stream primarily guided meditations. I have a master's in analytic philosophy, so I do philosophy streams as well. I also play chess, and so I'm a chess instructor, so I do chess streams. And we have a good general discussion as well. Right now, we're trying to cleanse the chakras. So we've been going through a bunch of different concepts, closing our eyes, meditating on them for like, 30 seconds or so, and then thinking about what we think. But welcome. Okay. Let's see, did I miss anything? I think we're pretty much caught up. Last night's ghost, you say, love the good vibes and the great visualization you're giving. Appreciate you acting. Well, I appreciate you. I totally appreciate you. I love how original what you're doing is. That's something that's cool about you. I have not found anyone else that's doing exactly what you're doing. You're doing something pretty original. So nice work with that. I don't like the cookie cutter shit. There's like a million people that do the same thing out there, and then it's just a matter of, okay, how well can you do it? Can you do it like slightly better than the person next to you, right? But you do something original, so that's cool. All right. Herbert Smithens, thank you so much for the 100 bits. All right, I think we had two. Yeah, Last Night's Ghost and Herbert Smithens cheered 100 bits. Super, super grateful to you too. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, so we are now at a critical moment in the stream. I think it's time to mix things up, and we'll do a quick puzzle rush. The glasses have to come off, though, because I can't see the chessboard with that. So we're done with our with the book for today. Whether or not we do a second meditation, I don't know. We'll see. I have been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is pretty long for me typically. But maybe we'll hop in another meditation. But we're gonna do a quick puzzle rush here, and we got to mix it up. We got to keep things having variety. All right. So let's go back to display, and we're gonna do window capture. That's not right. Nope. Maybe we won't do it. If I can't get the tech issue working, we're not going to be doing it. Let's see this. Hold on. I know you want to give it to me. I have to mess with it. I have to mess with it a little bit before it lets me do it. By the way, does this look weird with these screens flowing all over the place? If I just keep switching around, how does that look to everyone? There we go. We got it. All right, beautiful. So that's the trick. I gotta give everyone a headache by just going through all the scenes real quick. All right. Okay, so this is Puzzle Rush. I teach chess for a living. I am a chess instructor. That is my profession. I've also played competitive chess in my life. I played in the Chicago Open 2012 through 2014, which is typically the biggest chess tournament in the Midwest every year. And so this is my game, and I love teaching it. In Puzzle Rush, you have to solve as many puzzles as you can in 3 minutes. And most of the puzzles are checkmate puzzles in 1, 2, or 3 moves. There's a lot of puzzles that are win material. You can win a piece, and then there's puzzles that you can promote a piece to promote a pawn to a queen, right? So those are the main puzzles. So let's see how many I can do in 3 minutes. All right, my record is 26. So let's see if I can beat 26 or get anywhere near it. I just did a 19, which was terrible, but I want to try to get to 26. All right, let's see this. I got to get the microphone out of my way too, or else you won't be able to see it. All right, you ready? Here we go. Take and win the night. There we go. Check, mate. All right, mate. Checkmate. Oh, no, checkmate in 2 or 3. I'm changing my mind a lot today, right? Yeah, there we go. Give me that mate. All right. Check, mate. Oops. Black to move. Oh, wait, duh. There we go. Checkmate. Right, what am I doing here? I'm trying to get checkmates, right? All right. Here we go. We got a mate. Oops. Grabbed the wrong piece on accident. Mate and 1. Well, that's an interesting little mate. All right. Check, mate. Check, mate. Checkmate. Checkmate in 2. Check. Oh, there we go. I gotta sack the queen. So all is weird sacking the queen. Is this no? Oh yeah, duh. No. Take the bishop, and then there's the fork. Come on. You got to be on that stuff. You got to be on that kind of stuff. Checkmate. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Check. Oh, this is cool. Sack the rook. All right. What about this? Yeah, look at that. That's a little sneaky, a little tough to spot. You need some good vision for that one. Wow, this one. Oh, duh! It was too easy. It's just take the queen. It's literally just take the queen. It was that easy. All right. We got to do more. All right. Rook's attacking me. Oh, we got to hit it with the bishop. All right. Let's see. Queen's being hit. What is this one? What is this one? Like this? No. All right. I missed that one. Queen's being hit. This knight's pinned. Take the queen first, then the fork. All right. Check. No. This? All right. It's not looking great right now. Let's see, though. 16 seconds. What can I do in 16 seconds? Six. All right. All right. 25. All right. That's great. That's great. That's my second high. My second all-time high. I got a 26. I was rocking till the end. I missed those 3 at the end. I'll take 25 any day of the week. All right. I am invigorated. I'm feeling good. 25 is tough. All right, we got to get the screen back, though. All right. So, yeah, that was good. That was good. All right. The chakra, my root chakra is growing up. So this screen is going to annoy me a little bit with this blurry stuff. There we go. All right. It wants to cooperate. Technology wants to cooperate for a change. Like, what an amazing thing. Holy shit, look who came in. Evelyn Yoga. Hey, Evelyn, how are you doing? Evelyn is an excellent streamer here on Twitch. She's in the fitness and health community. Surprisingly enough, Evelyn Yoga streams yoga. Like, I mean, who would have thought, right? But she also does tarot, and she's a wonderful human being. So definitely check her out, drop her a follow. Evelyn, how you doing tonight? What's going on with you? We were going over a lesson 1 in the Sevenfold Journey. This is a book about balancing one's chakras. I was in a chakra balancing group a while back, and we went through this book, and we were going through a bunch of words associated with the with chakra 1, the earth chakra, right? And we were going and checking out words that were associated with that, and we were meditating on them for a minute or so and just kind of seeing what images came into our minds. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty neat. How are you doing tonight? What's going on with you? All right. Yeah, the glasses had to come off. JT said the universe speaks. The universe does speak. Evelyn, you said, am I winning? I got 25. So my best ever is 26. Getting 25 on stream is great, especially because I can't hear the little piece when the pieces move. For some reason, that helps me out a little bit. So I'm cool. I'm definitely happy with 25. And I was rocking. I think I could have had my all-time high there, actually. But I just fucked up a few at the end. Let's see. Chad guy, you say Agni's the type who files a lawsuit when a friend buys him a checkerboard gift. Dude, checkerboard, don't mention checkers. Don't mention checkers in this chat. This is not a place where you come to mention checkers. There's a few taboo words, Chad guy. There's a few taboo words, and checkers is one of them. All right. Victor, so you're saying some moves, right? Mate in 2, and then rook takes g5. Yeah, right. You know, sometimes you can see him, sometimes you can't, right? It's weird how like an easy puzzle, like the one where I could just win the queen, right, with the knight. I didn't see that right away. In chess, they actually say the hardest moves to spot are backwards knight moves for some reason. For some reason, moves where you have to retreat your knight backwards are like the most difficult ones, psychologically speaking, to see. Those are the ones that the most chess players miss for some reason.
Too much heat. Dude, like I'm saying, it literally feels like it's 85 in this room right now. I'm giving off so much heat right now. Like, I mean, if any of you were in here, you would be sweating guaranteed. The rest of my condo is like 68 degrees. It's like 85 or 90 in here. And I don't want to open the windows though because I'm loud, and then my neighbors are going to be like, why is this dude like talking till like he's like all night? You know, like what's going on here? It's 1:37 a.m. Like, why is this dude not sleeping? You always got to be careful with the neighbors, right? You got to be cautious of the neighbors. Evelyn, you say, cool. You had a sick day. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I'm sorry you had a sick day, but it sounds like you're taking some self care. You're watching movies. Are you drinking tea? Drink some tea. If you don't like caffeinated tea, it doesn't have to be caffeinated tea. Drink some tea. Yeah, eat some echinacea. Consume that. Consume some vitamin C. And what else is good for you? Plenty of water, right? Hydration. Fresh squeezed orange juice if you can. Oh, by the way, those of you who have any interest in echinacea, right? It's always like a thing. Does echinacea actually help? Does it actually work? So a long time ago, I actually wanted to really fucking delve into that. So I did a shit ton of research on echinacea. And here's the deal with echinacea. Here's the deal. If you don't want to take it all the time, but if you take it, like let's say you get sick and you take echinacea, it will boost your immune system. So you take it every day, like once you start taking it, it boosts your immune system. But that only lasts about 2 weeks. So it's like not taking echinacea, you're getting sick, and then like your immune system gets boosted up, and you're taking it every day, and then for 2 weeks it's high. But then after that, it actually starts having a negative effect on your immune system if you keep taking it. So this is important for all you to know. So the science suggests that you want to take echinacea only for short-term benefits. So you get sick, you take it then, take it for until you're better, like for a week or two, but then you don't want to take it every day for longer than 2 weeks, or actually you'll be more prone to getting sick. Like how crazy is that, right? They don't say that on the bottle, right? But if you delve into the scientific literature, that's what the studies say. But the people that have money invested in echinacea don't want you to know that probably because it's like they're not going to sell as many pills if you don't take it every day, right? All right. Let's see. Evelyn, you say, your SI joints were out. So your whole leg was messed up. Your SI joints. Yeah. Those joints can cause issues, right? I've had issues with my SI joints being all weird. Sorry you had to go through that, right? Evelyn, RJT said, shit hugs. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough to have your SI joints out. I don't even know what you do in a situation like that. You got to just take it easy. Need rest after a big osteo treatment. Yeah, just need rest. There you go. Aristotle, you say anarcho-capitalist checkers match between Ayn Rand and Ted Cruz. Dude, you're gonna be quiet. You're gonna be quiet like almost this whole time. You're gonna come in with something like that. I love it. That's pretty intense, dude. That's pretty intense. Who do you think is more power hungry, man? By the way, I pronounce her name Ayn Rand, which is actually the way you should pronounce it. Everyone else pronounces it Ayn Rand, but technically we're supposed to pronounce it Ayn Rand. But yeah, I love it, Aristotle. It's good to see you, man, dude. It's you and Evelyn. I got my two VIPs in here hanging out back to back. This is good. It's making me feel happy, man. I love when you two come along. All right. Let's see. Evelyn, you say, but you're not that kind of sick. It was a treat day. Yeah, you just take it easy. Chad guy, you just went vegan for health reasons and you got autoimmune diseases. Whoa, that's it. That's pretty wild. You went vegan for health reasons. Oh, no, it's not. And you got autoimmune diseases. It's you went vegan for health reasons. You have autoimmune disease. Okay, so you went vegan because you have autoimmune diseases. This is why analytic philosophy is so important. This is why language, clear and concise language, is super important. Because otherwise, you throw an and in there, right? And it's like the whole meaning is shifted. Now, all of a sudden, it's like it means like something completely different, right? Because you have, so you got to remember, we need clear and concise language. We need to be precise. We need to be accurate with our language. Even though I'm like a complete slob now that I'm no longer doing analytic philosophy in an academic setting. when I speak, I feel like I'm like, oh my God, I'm saying things so sloppy these days. Let's see. Evelyn, you say you missed the bit about you eating. You ate ice cream for lunch. You ate ice cream for lunch. Sometimes you got to eat ice cream for lunch. It's just one of those things, right? It's one of those things, right? If you're not going to eat it for lunch, then when are you going to eat it, right? For dinner? No one wants to eat fucking ice cream for dinner. If you're going to eat it for lunch, right? Actually, if you want to feel like garbage the whole day, I found a great way to feel like garbage the entire day. The first thing you do when you get out of bed, go over and eat a bowl of ice cream. And don't just eat like one, don't eat like one scoop, eat like, like 5 or 6 scoops of ice cream. Guaranteed you will feel like garbage the whole day. This is from experience. I tried this out, and you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel healthy. So those of you out there who want to feel like garbage, I can help. I can help with that. I can help give you peace and love in your lives, and I can also explicate the ways to the things that one needs to undertake to feel like garbage. Aristotle says, I'm a sweet guy. This Agni James guy. I don't even know who this Agni James guy is. He's just some dude out here on Twitch, trying to teach people meditation, right? All right. Evelyn, you're saying you were like vitamins, not ice cream. Yeah, right? Right. Sometimes you just go for the ice cream, right? It definitely tastes good. You get that short-term buzz. But long term, it's not really beneficial. Evelyn, you say you have that guilt-free ice cream that's essentially frozen protein shake. Ooh. So you have a workaround. I love it. I love when we find workarounds. It's like, you know what? I really love fucking ice cream. I need ice cream, but I can't. I don't want to have the negative health effects of eating ice cream. So I'm gonna find this protein shake that tastes like ice cream. Good move. It's a good move. And then it's a win-win situation, right? At the end of the day, you're getting protein, which is what we need. Most of us don't get enough fucking protein. Where's all the protein? Where are we getting our protein from? Are we eating enough meat? We got to eat more meat. You got to eat beans. You got to eat the high protein things. Get your protein. Fuck the sugar. Get rid of the sugar. We don't need that shit. Evelyn, you said, but it's still delicious. Yeah, as long as it tastes good. As long as it tastes good, then you want to keep going with it, right? Any kind of protein. I have some protein bars that taste like chocolate mint. They taste like Thin Mints. And by the way, it is an undisputed fact that Thin Mints are the best Girl Scout cookie. Like, fuck all the other Girl Scout cookies. Fuck them. You can take all the other Girl Scout cookies that have ever existed and throw them in the fucking garbage. That's like seriously how serious I am about this. Thin Mints are the shit. All right? Thin Mints are the way to go. All the other ones, literally throw them in the fucking trash. That's where they belong. All right? But Thin Mints, I have protein bars that taste like Thin Mints. It's like ridiculous. Like I literally thinking about it, my mouth is watering. I am Pavlov's salivating dog right now. My mouth is watering. I am thinking about Thin Mints. I'm thinking of going in there and like eating like 6 protein bars. It's terrible. It's like you don't want to make it taste too good though, because then like the dude's just gonna like eat like the whole box in one setting, right? All right, where are we at here? Chad guy, okay, you're saying yeah, Aristotle's here, man. He is. We have 2 celebrities. We got Evelyn and Aristotle, and last night's Ghost was in here. Sparkalicious was in here earlier. We've had a lot of the big dogs in here. A lot of people hanging out. The people that stream on here, the warriors, the streaming warriors that come out here with me on a daily basis and stream whatever we've learned to the public, right? Aristotle's doing his philosophy. Last night's Ghost is doing her horror stuff and good personality. Evelyn's doing yoga. Sparkalicious is meditation and tarot, and Evelyn's tarot too. I mean, we got a good crew here. We got some power people here. I mean, this is legit shit here, right? Evelyn, you say, yep, that's it. More veggies. Yeah. Evelyn, yum, chocolate mint. That's where it's at. Chocolate mint is so good. It is. It's too good. They can't. It's like chocolate mint and chocolate peanut butter. Like whoever fucking created those things are the biggest assholes on the planet. Because it's just so damn tasty. It's so tasty. You eat like a scoop of chocolate peanut butter ice cream. Holy shit. It's like, are you having an orgasm? I don't know. I feel pretty close. All right. Let's see. Aristotle. You're a Samoa's guy. You're all about the coconut. No. Okay. Listen, Aristotle, we're going to get into philosophy of language right now. We're going to have to take a quick detour into predicates of personal taste. All right. Apparently, your predicates of personal taste are all fucked up, right? And this is good. We got to bring philosophy to the masses, right? So here's what it comes down to. Here's Agni is fire, Eris is water. Yeah, I mean you're water, but I don't know. I still think Thin Mints are objectively better than Samoas. All right. Should we hop into a little philosophy of language? Let's take a quick tangent for just like a few seconds. I want to say a few words about it. So with predicates of personal taste, you have things like someone will say like, hey, pretzels are yummy, right? And then someone else will be like, no, pretzels are not yummy, right? And you have this disagreement, right? By one person saying pretzels are yummy and pretzels are not yummy, right? So the thing is, when you have that disagreement, it shouldn't be a disagreement if you think about it, because what's really being said, what you would think is that, my personal taste says that pretzels are actually yummy, and their personal taste says pretzels are not yummy. So like X or not X, right? But they're not saying, people aren't saying that their personal taste is such that they think pretzels are yummy for them. That's what they're not saying. That they're saying that pretzels are objectively yummy. So we have this weird disagreement that goes back and forth, all surrounding these predicates of personal taste. And all these philosophers have spent way too much time trying to like resolve this issue. I don't know, Aristotle, what are your thoughts on that, man? What are your thoughts about predicates of personal taste? Where else are we at in chat? But yeah, Samoas, man. I don't know. I don't know if I can look at you the same way. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I can look at you the same way anymore, Aristotle, by saying that Samoas are the best. All right, I can't even wear these right now. I can't do it. All right, Evelyn, you say, LOL celebrity. You don't know if you identify with that label, but you are very sweet, Agni. Oh well, thank you. In all seriousness, I come out here intense. I don't want to come off like, too intense, right? I try to be sweet. I try to be thoughtful. I love all of you unconditionally. And that's at the end of the day, I feel like that's what matters. So it's like, I might be obnoxious at times, but at least I love you unconditionally, right? I mean, not everyone in the world, loves unconditionally. All right. Aristotle, you say, Tuesday we talked about a letter by Ben Franklin where he wrote scientists to ask them to make a medicine that would make your fart smell like perfume. Dude, Franklin doesn't fuck around. That's pretty intense. Wow. I didn't realize that Franklin was into that. Was into like trying to purify farts. That's all right. There it is. Such is life, right? I've been liking to end. Like these like long, like loquacious, like segments that I've been going on. With like such is life, right? That's like what I say now these days. I don't know why. It's just like this new thing that I got into. Such is life. I mean, it's better than saying it is what it is, right? Because I thought about that a lot. It is what it is. There is no content in that statement, and there is zero content. It's just saying, X is X. It's literally saying X is X. It's basically saying that, right? It is what it is. The only thing I can think of, it is what it is simply said is like when you want to end a conversation, end a part of a conversation, and bring up a new topic. There's no, it's a tautology. X is X, right? X is X. But people say it all the time. So I think it's just a figure of speech used when people don't want to talk about something anymore and they want to move on to the next thing, right? All right. Let's see. Aristotle says, when Agni says thin mints are delicious, he's saying that thin mints have the property of being delicious. When Aris says Samoas are delicious, he just means, fuck yeah, I love Samoas, without actually saying anything about the cookies themselves. Perfect. Dude, and you're making me feel like I'm back in grad school, dude. That's like how we would talk and joke around in grad school. And I love it. I love the weird, because you learn a language together with people, right? You learn a certain language, and then you're all practicing and talking together, and you can, and everyone's clever. When you're around a lot of people and everyone's clever, it's pretty wild. By the way, like what kind of senses of humor did the people in your grad program have? Like, were they like what? I'm always interested. Like the people in my grad program were real big into puns. Like they were like, I would say a third of the people in the program were like obsessed with puns, and were always coming up with these like ridiculously clever puns. Now I'm like, I like puns. I think like if you put a lot of I like the real clever ones, but like a mid-tier pun doesn't get me. But like a high quality pun I can appreciate. So I'm always interested in what kind of senses of humor people have friends that or people's friends have. Evelyn, yeah, I've been streaming for 3 hours and 4 minutes. I know. I've been doing some longer streams lately, and it's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes I feel energized. Now here's something different. I did not do Bikram yoga tonight. I didn't do it. Normally I do Bikram yoga Wednesday nights, but my back was bothering me, so I decided to take a break from Bikram yoga. And I came back here, so now I have all this energy, and I have nothing to do with it. I was thinking about going in and remodeling my shower. I mean, that's something I could do. Or I could sit here and stream for a while. You know, I could play some more Doom Eternal. I've been thinking about doing that. Yeah, and it's like I've been intense most of this time, right? It's just how it goes. And like I said, my room is literally like 85 degrees right now, all from my body heat. You would not believe how much heat is. I'm sweating. I'm dripping. I'm literally dripping sweat. Like my whole body is just like sweaty. I'm gonna have to go shower like hardcore after this, and like it's not just a light shower. I'm gonna have to scrub like pretty intensely to clean myself, right? Okay. Aristotle, you say it was probably 50-50. One group super nerdy puns and logic jokes. The other half bros making sports comedy type jokes. Really? Interesting. See, in my program, it wasn't like that. It was mostly the puns and other like real clever witty jokes, but not much sports. Almost nothing sports related. Like there was one philosophy of language guy named Paul who was from Buffalo and was all about the Buffalo Bills. And he was like the one exception. Everyone else in the whole program was like didn't give a fuck about sports. When people found out that I was like a Cubs fan, it was like, oh my God, you're into a sport? Like that's crazy, like we're not into sports. It was like a weird thing. It was very, very dry, but it was good. It was good. I appreciated that those people and the conversations and discussions we had. Evelyn, you say you're not a fan of puns. You like seeing people fall over. Yeah. So, there's something to be said about mannerisms and about people slapstick comedy. Like look at Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin is a goddamn genius. Was a goddamn genius. His type of humor is so funny to me. My personal sense of humor, I love Charlie Chaplin. I think his stuff is just genius. And by the way, not only did he direct all of his movies, but he starred in all of his movies, and he composed the music for all of his movies as well. Like, who the fuck does that nowadays? Who does all three of those things? I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who does that who can do those three things. But he was a badass, man. All right. Let's see. Aristotle, you say, man, you were cheering for the Bills last season. Yeah. I mean, you were cheering for a lot of people were cheering for the Bills. I mean, but that's how it goes. I mean, the Bills have always been the stereotypical underdog, right? They're the underdog. They're the ones that they never can quite make it. Have you ever seen the movie Buffalo '66, Aristotle? This is actually Evelyn, JT, everyone. This is actually a good question for all of you. Have you ever seen the movie Buffalo '66? It's about Buffalo, New York. It's really fucked up. Rose McGowan's in it, I believe. Is it Rose McGowan or Christina Ricci? I think it's Rose McGowan. It's a really fucked up movie. It's who else? And then who's the main actor? The main actor is this dude, Vincent Gallo. So Vincent Gallo gets out of prison, all right, and he meets up with Rose McGowan. And it's just this like really like intense fucked up movie. So check it out if you haven't seen it. All right. Aristotle, I think it would be up your alley, to be honest. I know you fairly well, but I don't know your taste in movies, but you'll at least appreciate aspects of it. There are some pretty funny scenes in there. It's pretty genius scenes, actually. Evelyn, you say you have not seen much Charlie Chaplin, but he sounds very talented. You love YouTube compilations of people slipping in the snow. We don't get snow here. You don't get snow there. That's intense. I'm Chicago. I'm used to Chicago weather. So it's like I'm used to polar vortexes and wait, is it vortexes or vortices? I think it's vortices. I'm used to polar vortices and walking around in nature in tons of snow, in barefoot and with my shirt off and just in basketball shorts. I like really immersing myself in the snow, going all into it, embracing the cold. And Victor Sore, this is something that I wanted to talk to you about. You're like me, man. You like to go into the pain. You like to go into the fear. That's what I do with cold. I go into it. Most people shy away from that shit. I'm all about let's immerse ourselves into it. There's a lot to be said about going into fear and pain and whatever it is, and not running from it. This society, the American society, Western society, teaches us to run away from our pain. If we have a painful thought in our mind, we want to not think about it. If we have something else, painful in our existence that we have to deal with, we want to put it off and try to avoid it. We want to avoid pain, right? That's like what we're taught. But there's something special about actually turning that whole notion, having that whole notion do a 180 and actually going into the pain, going into the suffering, and experiencing it from a place of non-judgment, from a place of love and observation. When you do that, you can conquer the pain as opposed to just building ego defenses to try to prevent yourself from actually experiencing it. There's something. Pain is a great teacher. Fire is a great teacher. All right. Let's see, Evelyn, you say, Victor, sorry, you say winter tends to be your favorite season because you like cold. Yeah, I like cold too. I like it. It's different, right? That's one of the reasons I actually like living in Chicago. Most people, don't like living in Chicago. I like it. I love living in Chicago because, we have seasons. We get like the cold. We get that bitter cold where it's like you walk out and like you're immediately like freezing and like any bare skin is like fucking feeling like really uncomfortable, and like you're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to be like a strong human being and like prepare and deal with it, right? And then we also have other stuff too. Oh, by the way, let me show up some pictures. This could be a good segue to something. I want to show some pictures of me out in the snow in case anyone wants to see this. If not, that's cool too. Then it's just me showing pictures of me out in the snow anyway. All right, where are we at here? Okay, I'm going to bring these up in 1 second. No, that's the wrong one. This has to be up, and then this has to be up. Okay, all right, so we're going to switch over, not to Puzzle Rush. We're going to switch over to Discord. So here is me, and this is great. I love these pictures. This was me during the polar vortex in Chicago in 2019. Negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. I'm just hanging out on my balcony barefoot in basketball shorts and no shirt. I was like, fuck it. Everyone else in the whole damn city is going to stay inside today. I'm going out. Now, did I go out for long? Hell no. I was out there for like no more than 5 minutes, 5 minutes tops. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to brave this cold. I'm sick and tired of hearing every single person around me saying, oh no, it's so cold out here. Oh no, it's so cold. Like I don't want, I can't handle that. I don't want everyone to be, sitting here talking about how cold it is day in and day out, right? You can all see this, right? So here's this picture. This is during the polar vortex. I had a much shorter beard there. I guess it's still okay, right? All right. And then we had, let me go back to it. Oops. Wait a second. There we go. Okay, let's close that one. And then oh, did I really just do that? I just closed what I wanted to show. I can't believe I got to open up Discord again. That was pretty fucking ridiculous. All right, minimize that. Wait a second. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So, this was another really cold day, right? I go over to my friends for games night. By the way, you all can see this, right? I think you all can see this. This is me, and this is my buddy. I go to my friends for games night, and his fucking driveway wasn't shoveled. And I'm like, dude, why did you not shovel your driveway? And he's like, dude, you want to shovel it? And I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, but it's fucking cold out there. Well, I don't want to go out there. And I'm like, fuck you, man. So I just took off my fucking clothes. I went out there and I shoveled his goddamn driveway. And then my buddy jumped in and he started shoveling with me. That's how you got to do it. You got to shovel the driveway pretty naked sometimes, right? You guys, I'm assuming you can all still see this, right? Yeah, I'm assuming so. Let's go back to it. Yeah, all right. So then we have this next one. Here we go. This is me and my buddy who shoveled the driveway, right? Just standing there barefoot in the fucking snow. Why not? Mind over matter. We are strong human beings. We are strong human beings. We can do this shit, right? We're not these weak beings that have to stay inside because of a little cold. We can fucking brave the elements, mind over matter. You get yourself pumped up, and of course you're not going to stand, too long. You're not going to like spend like an hour barefoot in the snow because your feet are going to freeze and whatnot. But you're going to stand out there and you're going to get used to it and build up a tolerance for it, right? And it's just, you're going to be stronger after that, right? And then here's me walking into my Bikram yoga studio. This is me right before yoga. This is how I walk in to my Bikram yoga studio every single time. All right. I mean, I walk all the way down. There's this parking lot right here that runs all the way, that comes up to here. And then I walk all the way up, from this parking lot, and I walk in. And people are always like, oh my God, you're going to go out in the cold like that. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to go out in the cold. It's like, why would I not want to? Why would I not want to, right? And then we got Mobius right there. So, it's okay. It's okay to do that, right? It's okay to go out in the cold and to brave the elements and to just be a tough human being. I feel like humanity has gotten so weak. It's like, oh no, I had to sweat a little bit today, or I had to feel a little bit of cold today, or my cable was out for like 5 minutes, or like my internet, crashed for my computer crashed for like 10 minutes, or my internet was down for like half an hour. Like my whole life's ruined. Everything's ruined. The internet's out. And it's like, no, we got to fucking delve into the uncomfortable shit. Let's go out in the fucking snow and let's embrace it and enjoy it and feel invigorated, right? Going out into the elements, it feels amazing. All right, let's get back to chat. I need to drink some water too. Okay. One thing about having a beard, which is I've always find weird, is that when you're drinking water, like Aristotle, do you get this, man, where the water gets on the beard and then it kind of drips around a little bit? It always feels a little weird. I'm always like getting a little OCD about that shit. All right. Evelyn, you say, yeah, do you slip in the snow? I have, absolutely. Evelyn, if you don't know about snow, you should learn that everyone pretty much is going to slip and fall sometimes in the snow. It just happens, but you get better. You get better at walking on, especially on the ice. You're going to slip sometimes, but for the most part, you get good at walking on the ice, and then you don't slip nearly as often, and you just take it slow. You're not going to try running on ice. If you're going to run around on ice, you're going to fall all the time. Mostly you just try to not wipe out on it, right? Let's see, Evelyn, you say, Aristotle, you say, there's a famous hardcore band from Buffalo called Every Time I Die. And they wrote a song called Map Change that has a music video that is full of basically documentary footage from the lower classes in Buffalo. The song and the video are intense and sad, but also resilient. Interesting, man. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I love it. And the movie I recommended, Buffalo 66. It's about kind of like a poor family, a poor family in Buffalo. They don't have a ton of money, but there's a lot of, it's like a hard working, from my understanding, it's like a hard-nosed working class town, right? Is that correct? Buffalo, New York? I don't know a ton about it. In fact, hold on though. Now that I think about it, one of my favorite streamers on here, Mel's Camp, I believe she's from Buffalo, New York. She's a Buffalo individual, so that's pretty cool. I got to talk with her more about it. JT, you say you love me in the snow pics. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it. I practice what I preach. I would be a sham. I would be a charlatan if I did not preach detaching oneself from external things and going off into our fear and our areas of discomfort, and not actually go into those areas of discomfort myself. I have to go into those areas of discomfort. I have to go into that shit. If I'm just gonna sit here and talk, words are cheap. If I'm gonna sit here and talk about it, what the fuck am I? Who am I? I want to be real. I'm gonna go into those polar vortexes and feel that coldness. I'm gonna shovel my friend's driveway, the entire fucking thing, barefoot and without a shirt on. I'm gonna do it in my boxers. Why not, right? Let's see, Evelyn, you say you're weak when it comes to cold. You're weak when it comes to cold. You lie in bed with the heater and it's something like 30 degrees Fahrenheit here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, hold on. 30 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, wait, you mean Celsius? Because 30 degrees Fahrenheit would be pretty cold. I mean, I totally understand if you're lying in bed with the heater. You want to sleep in a fairly reasonable temperature. You don't want to go to sleep in 0 degrees, right? That wouldn't be great. Victor, so you say, in your meditation group, there is the idea that physical energy is nothing but the condensation of psychic stamina. Mind over matter. Yeah, Victor Sor, you bring up a good point, man. I'm on board with that. I think I'm on board with that. I mean, think about, because if I can literally be outside and be sweating, and I was out there sweating and I'm in the cold, and I'm literally sweating. I was summoning so much energy. I was feeling like so strong and like alive and full of life and vitality. I was feeling that, right. So if I can go out there and do that and feel that, then I'm sure, like, I'm sure that's like a phenomenon that everyone can do, right. Mind over matter. You work at it. To Aristotle, you say Dio Cryosostom says this in his Cynic writings. You can see that I don't know Dio. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't know anything, and I don't know much about cynicism either. So he says this in his Cynic writings. Cynics are anti-Promethean because they think his fire made us weak. They are pro Hercules, who went around with only a pelt and a club and slew monsters. Okay, that's a cool concept. Interesting. Cynics are anti-Promethean because they think his fire made us weak. And by fire, I'm assuming you're talking about the wisdom of the gods, right? The knowledge of the gods, right? Pro Hercules, or who went around with only a pelt and a club and slew monsters. I mean, there is something to be said about that, right? I mean, I don't know, but at the same time, it's nice to be able to like build a bridge, right? So you can like get over a certain mountain range, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess to each his own, right? So some of us go around slaying monsters, with just a club, and some of us, strive for the wisdom of the gods, and some of us do both. Right? I figure, why not fucking do both? Why not go for the best of both worlds? So I try to maximize my physical health, my Buddhist training. I like to go into all the different spiritual essences and try to understand them. I like to understand the different ideologies of philosophies and religions and all that stuff. And then I also like to go off and beat the fuck out of some shit. And by that I mean like play a good game of basketball, right? Or like do some intense intense sports or whatever I'm gonna do. Go out and run a bunch of miles, right? I like to work myself out and like go off and hold my own, right, with the elements and go off into the cold. Evelyn, you say it's about 12 degrees Celsius. 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, it's cold. It's winter. Yeah, I mean, cold comes around, right? It's part of life. Think about it. Like our ancestors. I mean, 10,000 years ago, we're like, or 100,000 years ago, whatever. We're like walking around in fucking caves. I mean, think about it. It's like we're not like, oh shit, like it's cold out there. No, we got to go out there and get All right. Can you hear the high-pitched sound now? I wonder if you guys can all hear that high-pitched sound. Hey, Swiss R's here. How is it going, buddy? Good to see you, friend. It's been a long time, man. I haven't seen you as much. Last time I saw you, you said you were trying to get some sleep finally, which is important. Sleep is so important. It's good to see you, friend. Swiss R is a phenomenal streamer on here on Twitch. You can't hear the Amitabha? Let me turn it up. How about now? Can you hear the Amitabha now? Swiss is a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch. He's a super nice dude. He's in hardcore with the fitness and health community on Twitch. He's got two separate accounts. He streams under Swiss.R, which he does these travel streams, beautiful scenes of Switzerland, and you go there and you can see these like churches from like the 1600s and these amazing like mountain ranges, and it's just phenomenal to get a slice of that life. He brings it over to us. And then he also has a fitness_yoga. It's his other channel. So definitely check him out and drop him a follow. How you doing, Swiss? It's been a while, man. JT, you say it's too loud. All right. How's that? Is that loud, or is that like? What do you guys think? Louder or not? Or is this too much for the meditation? I'm trying to like get it like so it can be used during the meditation. Swiss, you say you go to the lake to stream now. Oh, okay, you stream from the lake now. Nice. Yeah. Well, I'd love to check that out, man. When are you streaming next? I'd love to come by and check that out. I'd love to see a beautiful lake. I think I saw it in one of them. JT, a little feedback if you can on the sound of all this. Does this all sound good? Oh, it overpowers my voice. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit more. Okay, what about now? Is it overpowering my voice now or less? It's always interesting. Oh, Lake Lucerne. Beautiful. Go up now. Now you want me to go up? Jesus, go up, go down. All right. What about now? JT, you're like, go up, go left, go right, go down, go up. No, I want your help, though. I want your help, man. One Sluggy, what do you think, man? How's the volume sound for you? How's the volume sound on your end? Give me some feedback, chat. I need to get this right. Oh, you can hear the buzzing. So okay, we're gonna do a quick poll. I want to know about this buzzing with everyone. So we're gonna do a poll. Go up a little. All right, I'll go up a little. And the question's gonna be, can you hear the buzzing? Yes. No. All right. So here's the problem that I've been having. I got this new mic. All right. Before I was just using the shitty mic on the camera, right, on the webcam. So I got this Samsung G-Track. It's a solid USB mic. When I plug the headphones into the headphone jack on the microphone, and I've tried multiple pairs of headphones, you get this high-pitched noise that you were hearing a little bit of, right? But when I unplug it, I can't hear myself, obviously, right? So I don't really know what to do. I've been researching it, and I don't know what the issue is. I'm not a sound guy. I don't know how to fix it. I've been asking around. I've been getting all sorts of answers. I've been troubleshooting. I've been trying all sorts of stuff, but we've been getting this little high-pitched buzzing sound that happens. Yeah, here. Yep, that's it. It's a Samsung G-Track. All right, let's see. So only one person voted, and they said yes. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. So all right. So anyways, yeah, that's the issue. The issue is we're getting this sound here. Let me. By the way, JT, is that on your end with the chant? The buzzing is a lot less. Okay. So then the question is it too much? Like, is it distracting during the meditation to have that buzzing there, or is it better to have the Amitabha, not have the Amitabha, and no buzzing and no headphones? This is up to you guys. Evelyn, you say I need Celti. He solves all my tech problems. Celti is good for that. I've asked Celti some tech stuff in the past. Maybe I will shoot this by him and see what he has to say. But yeah, that's a good suggestion, Evelyn. Thank you for that. All right, I'm going to stop the Amitabha Buddhist chant now. All right, now you might be able to hear it louder. Like now on my end in the headphones, I can hear the buzzing really loud. Can you guys hear it like really loud now or not? What do you guys think? Can you guys hear this really loud? Can you hear a really loud buzzing? You asked him on Discord. Yeah, I should send him a message on Discord. Absolutely. I have done that in the past. When he did help me out with something. I forget what it was though. Tolerable with the chant, at least on your end. People with phones. Okay, people with phones can't hear it. People on PC can. And by the way, the majority of my watchers are on phones. You have cool detailed stats that break down that show you the different stats. I mean, it's a lot louder when there's when there's nothing going on in the background. Like right now, it's like super loud. It's like blaring in my ears. I have this crazy high pitch noise. Is it loud for you guys right now? JT, is it louder right now or not? Whatever. I'm unplugging it because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of dealing with it. All right, let's mix it up. It was not loud for you. All right, JT, we're gonna have to talk. Maybe I'll give you a call tomorrow or something. We can talk. All right, let's do a quick puzzle rush because I need to get back to my roots here. We got to get back to the puzzle rush roots. I got 25 last time, which is badass, and I'm pretty damn proud that I pulled a 25 on stream. I'm pretty sure that's the best that I've gotten on stream yet. So we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna do. Oh yeah, those are my Bikram yoga stuff. Let's go back to this and chess puzzles. All right, puzzle rush. Yeah, well, Swiss, it's better because I unplugged the headphones. It's only when I plug the headphones into the microphone that it makes that noise. So I've been using the microphone without headphones, but then I can't hear anything. So when I play music or I can't hear my voice or anything like that, with the headphones on. Yeah, it goes away. It goes away the second I unplug the headphones from the microphone. All right, so puzzle rush. You want to try to solve as many puzzles as you can in 3 minutes. My high is 26. Last time I played on stream, I got a 25. I want to try to beat that now. Let's see if I can do that. All right. So wish me luck here. You guys, I think you can all see that, right? Yep, we're all good. All right. Let's try to get another high score. All right. Skewer, win the rook. Promote. Wait a minute. Is it just this? Wait, black to move. What am I doing? Black to move. All right. I think it's just push. Oh no, we're going this way. Hold on. I'm quitting that one. If I don't even know whether it's black or white to move, that's a fucking problem. All right. Let's try that again. That was an epic fail. All right. There we go. All right. Mate. Wait. Oh, I'm in check. All right. There we go. All right. We're back on track here. The world is going to continue. The world is not going to end today, as far as I'm concerned. If I have anything to say about it, this world is going to continue. Wait, especially with me missing that. All right, what am I even doing here? Am I even playing? What is it? It's black to move? All right. Come on. I'm fizzling out. I'm really fizzling out on this puzzle rush game. I guess we're doing this. And then picking up that. All right. Jesus. This is really rough. Oh my God, missing that. All right. Here. Take. Push. All right. We have. Oh, duh. Check and mate. This is one of the worst puzzle rushes I've done in a while. You should all be very disappointed. You should all be like, I am never coming to this guy's stream again because he did not do a good puzzle rush. Everyone should be thinking that exact same thing. That's what I'd be thinking, right? If I were you. Oh, come on. That wasn't fun. That was garbage. Oh, ugly. So ugly. I guess we're taking here. 15. Oh, I got a 15. Oh, yuck. That's really a problem. 15. Oh, I feel disgusted with myself. I gotta remind myself, you know what? I am worthy of love and light. Even if I get a 15 on Puzzle Rush, that's rough. All right. Let's see. Back to chat. We have Evelyn, you say, why do you plug it to the mic? Why don't you plug them to the PC? I don't. My headphone jack is not working on my PC for some reason. When I plug it into the PC, I'm not getting any output through the headphones. It's not coming out through there. But maybe I could try again with that. Maybe that's a good idea. Just try to fuck around with that headphone jack again and see if I can get that working. All right. Let's see. Evelyn, you say that's probably just a sound setting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. All I know is I've tried multiple pairs of headphones, and when I plug them in, it gets messed up. Evelyn, you say OBS gets buggy though. Yeah, it could. It's not just OBS though. It's even if I have OBS off and I plug headphones into my mic, I get that same sound, and it drives me mad. It's not great, right? Swiss R. Hey, Swiss R, you say you're wondering when Evolve Yourself TV is starting a channel on Inside Timer. Dude, I'm like the Catholic Church. I move slow. I'm like the Catholic Church in the moving slow things in order to get policy changes, but I will get to it eventually. I've actually talked with Grace Yoga about that, though. I'm going to do that. Swiss, have a great night, man. I'm so happy to see you. Great that you stopped by, dude. I hope all is well with you. I hope you're filled with love and light. I hope you're getting enough sleep finally, man. Take care of yourself. Get sleep, all right? Let's see. Aristotle, you say it's 3:30 a.m. here too. You should probably get some sleep. Love and light. Hey, love and light to you too. Evelyn, you say, oh, so it could be harder. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we should wrap things up. You know what? I've been streaming for, holy shit. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 38 minutes. This is my longest stream ever. It's like 2:30 here in the morning in Chicago time. Like, what am I doing? I have to be up in a few hours and get going on options trading. Like, what am I fucking doing? What am I doing? Hold on. No, we got to raid someone. Let's see who's out there. I gotta get going. All right. I know exactly who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid a buddy of mine. He's a super nice, authentic fitness streamer. Really cool dude. We are gonna raid Infinity. All right. Let's send a lot of love and light his way. Thank you all so much for being here with me tonight, by the way. I have nothing but the utmost respect and compassion for each one of you. And let me throw a raid call out here. I like to do the raid city. Thing. So just hang with me for a second. And then those of you who are subscribed, you guys can copy and paste my raid sign, raid call, whatever the fuck we call it. I don't know. There it is. I love you all unconditionally. Thank you so much. And we're gonna raid Infinity. It's a two-person stream, right? There's the dude and his fiance. They're super wonderful people. They're beautiful people. They promote health and wellness and yoga. Namaste.